There you go. Halloween chat. It's Halloween. Well, it's almost Halloween. What do we got? We got the 30th and then, Halloween. I know this isn't my best costume. It kind of looks like, I look like that B villain from like the Adam West Batman. Like, the Halloweener, it's kind of weird. What's up? I made an effort. This is a hoodie. I don't even know where you find stuff like this. What's up? How's it going? Taco Creative. Hey, how's it going? I usually don't look this stupid. What? I'm at least 30% less stupid than this. I'll wear the other thing later. You made like 4 of them. They all sucked. Dude. All right, what's up? How's it going? It is Wednesday, right? God, dude, this whole week has just been like ups and downs of just craziness. Oh no, Ukraine started getting Twitch ads. Oh, what are you gonna do? They're gonna go everywhere. There's no way around it. No way around it. Yeah. You could basically whack-a-mole with a VPN your entire life, and they will get you. That's what happens. You can't escape them. You can't escape the ads. How's Dawn feeling? It's all right, No, they had a whole thing. We had to go to a doctor. They hook it up to an EKG machine, and they're like, "Yeah, you have a heart thing going on." Like it works. In other words, that kind of thing. So it's a ups and down things. She'll explain it. Yeah, I'm not a doctor. I just know when there's not enough blood in a human body. Let's say would Twitch ban you for using VPN? I doubt it. I don't think they care, especially if the ads are running. They're like, "Yay, ads!" It might skew their demographics. Well, we have a lot of people in Ukraine right now. It's like, what? Oh, speaking of Twitch, reminds me of Amazon, which reminds me of servers, which are kind of broken. Hey, sub happens. Thank you. I don't know where it is, but show me the sub. It said sub happens, but I didn't see it. Oh, maybe that's one of their servers. Oh my God. I think it's dead. Are the alerts really dead? Oh, Amazon, get your servers together, bro. I mean, you're only the biggest freaking... Oh, someone did stuff a day ago. Again. Like right after I streamed to do stuff. All right, it said somebody followed. Did that work? All right, there we go. All right, cool. Whew. Oh, man. Flashy. Yeah, Adam West Batman villain. I wonder if I can go door to door like that. I'm still schmo. So I can fool the people, They're not going to know I'm 500 years old. It doesn't matter. That'd be good. I should do that. I'm not going to trunk or treat. I have standards. Okay? God. You going to go to the parking lot and hang out with the other people? God. It sucks. Malenko, hi, what's up? Future, hi, what's up? Steampunk Chick, hi. Nautical Razor, what's up? You made it. You did. Nice. Bloody Angel, prepping for a 3D print cleanup. 3D print cleanup? That's just going to put a lot of plastic everywhere. God. Which bit? No, I got rid of that. Max Marvel, hi. Meowstick, hi. What's up? Billy Socks, hi. Red Misery, hi. I got awesome news. With everything going on here, I got some of the best news that's going to give me comfort in the world of stuff. Nothing pertaining to me, but I feel vindicated. What's up? What's it? Do you celebrate your own birthday, Steve, or just Pumpkin Guys because it's Halloween? Dude, I'm like 500 years old. I don't even remember when my birthday was. What, regular birthday? What was that, like April or something? Or we're going by vampire birthday? When that weirdo was just like, "Hey, dude," I was like a nugget to the person, and they were just like, "Oh, God, what are you doing? My neck hurts." Wake up the next day, and I'm like, why does the sun hurt? Go.
57 moons take this sweet, sweet Bezos monies.
Yes, taking the Bezos bucks because he's not using it on servers, clearly. God. Vampires get 2 birthdays. Yes, their vampire birthday and then their mortal birthday, which I don't really think matters. But you know how many different IDs I have? I mean, they all say something different. That's why after 500 years you forget. Is what was it? 1921? Was it? You know, what? You know, it's just it goes. Could have been December. I think I have one for every month. It's so difficult to get phony IDs now, man. You know, unless it's a CDL license, apparently. But there you go. Why does the sun hurt? Yeah, it does. Boop 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 boop. And sent you hilarious news on Whispers. Whispers. I gotta look at the Whispers. The Whispers. They said it was hilarious, and I should trust them. Oh yeah, no, we're covering that. Yep, that's the thing. We'll cover that. I got a whole thing about that. So thanks for sending that to me, because if I missed that, that would have brought me great joy. Nobody vampires deported. No, they stay in their own areas. Yeah, they know better. Boop 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 boop. So where did I leave off? Still isn't 100% back up and running. Yeah, Amazon servers. Microsoft's went down too. Azure, whatever. They're broken. They're broken. Amazon's broken. The weird. Oh, we got a card battle. Catman. Hopefully these cards aren't hosted on an Amazon server. Let's find out. Catman, you got a roll equal to or greater than 10. That's easy enough. 20. Oh my God. That's overkill. It's overkill. Jeez. Wow. All right. Pick a number, any number. I do have to call card battle. Let's see. Card battle happens. That wasn't a spicy one.
Amazon is constantly having issues around the time Steve's has been working fine. Coincidence or conspiracy?
Do I get to pick two? No, you just get to pick one. Coincidence or could be? I'd go with coincidence. Do I get to pick two? You can pick two if you want. What? Number 55. Okay. 55. I just want to skip to the end, huh? Boop. All right. 55 has been called. Let's go. Oh, God. I forgot to join the game. Nah. Okay. Now I got it. All right. I think I'm all caught up. Hey, cool. Boom, 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 boom. I got that song. Oh, dude. It's a hype train. Let's go. Wait, come back. Okay. Yeah, I'd follow her too, but I can't. I'm stuck here. What was that? A hydrate? Yeah, I'll do that. Wow. Thank you. Getting a hype train started. Boom. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. What the, oh my God. Okay, here's one of the bad things that happened. Or one of the bad things that happened, aside from going to the doctors and being annoyed. No, the meatloaf was good. Yo, we had, you know the pumpkin shaped Reese's peanut butter cups? Right? Yeah. Okay, we all know they don't look like pumpkins. I'm not dismayed about that. Anonymous gifted a bunch of subs. Who did that? Wow, a lot of people. Hold on. You got a sub. Deadlight got a sub. Visual Madness got a sub. Zombie Black Rose got one. Duke of Data, Fabio, Mr. May, Sadie, Madly Can, and oh, holy sheet. Holy sheet. Yes. All got subs. Thanks to Anonymous. Who are you? Anonymous. That is a lot. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I got to call mispronounce somebody's name. I knew that was going to happen. Oh man. Do vampires get blood work? No, we work for blood. It's still going. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Wow. What are we up to, Fabio?
It's coffee time. It's time to get some caffeine in your system. You might have had too much, but nobody listened, so you buzzed.
Nice. And that's the sound alert. Let's go. Somebody already called that. How's that humanly possible? Bump, 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 bump. Actually, I think you should add a gifted sub, call out your bingo card. Yeah, well, no, we got that. Oh, what? 15, 25, 30, and up to 100? I think it'd be. Yeah, but yeah, I know, but that kind of messes up everyone's bingo card. You know, if I say, oh, you know, if I get 50 subs, you know, it's a bingo. That got to make it some kind of fair. You know. So I'm Snow White. Oh, there you go. There you go. Thank you. I didn't see your name in there. Snow White, hi. Hope you're doing well. You better be ready for Halloween. That's all I'm saying. All right. Well, you got, all right, we did, oh yeah, the peanut butter cup. Let's get over to peanut butter cup. Okay, the Reese's peanut butter cup was actually so terrible, I spat it out. I don't spit out candy, you know? No, I'm not a spitter. But there was like, bro, this thing was just so deplorable in its taste, tone, and texture. Everything about it was screamed, I should not be ingesting this. And I've said this numerous times, Reese's peanut butter cups were like the last few candies that haven't been ruined by whatever they're doing to ruin candy. Reese's Pieces are still good, all right? Still like Reese's Pieces. Junior Mints, they haven't messed up. Mounds, they haven't messed up too much, all right? But Reese's peanut butter cups are gone. You are dead to me. I don't know what the hell they did, but it was terrible. Dude, we're on level 4. Yes, let's go. It was not good. Then I lost my train of thought. Did you drink the Reese's by saying that? Maybe I did. Like, I don't know what the deal was, but I was like, oh, look, I'll get one of these. Awful.
Hype train ticket bits.
Nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, DJC. A lot of people put give something, count 25, 50, probably going to be 75.
89 moons.
89 moons,
Steve
Mazel. Yes. What's up? Is Nestle Crunch still good? I haven't had Nestle Crunch in forever. Forever. Somebody remind me what the hell I was talking about. No, before I got distracted with the Reese's things. My train of thought is literally very little sleep, running around doing stuff, and we were working all day.
Halloween snuck up on me due to needing to move last minute due to family drama, but
Oh, no.
plan to dress up and prowl downtown with my spousal unit. Thanks for reminding me, Gutter 36 Joey Spin.
There you go. All right, last minute moving sucks, but there is candy. Let's go. What? Stock up on that candy, bro. Yeah. Talking about doctors. No, not doctor thing or something else about things, the other garbage. I don't know. I'll either think of it or I won't. Whatever. Halloween. There we go. Okay. Now I remembered. La. All right. What we managed to do in the utter chaos that was this week, and we're only in a third day, is Pum'Kin Guy got to do 2 new movies. All right. You know, for those who have been here for a couple of years, you know how he does like the Pum'Kin Guy shows up and he puts himself in movies and he makes stupid comments and says, oh, hey, okay, Pum'Kin Guy. We did 2 more, right? So you got, what's that one with the teenagers from outer space? All right, old-timey sci-fi one. It's really weird. And then this bizarre one that we saw, I think it was an Elvira thing. It was like the Werewolf of Washington. And I'm like, what the hell? All right, but you got those 2 to look forward to. So, all right, what did we get to? Click on level 3. Yes, dude. We did it. We got most of the way through level 4. Beautiful. Thank you. So we got 2 movies for that, right? Because Friday is probably going to be that movie marathon thing. If Dawn streams, I'm assuming she will. She's doing game giveaways for Halloween. And then Pum'Kin Guy's got the movie thing going on there with all the weird trailers and ephemera and all this other bizarre crap. All right. Am I making an appearance? What do you mean, no? Put me in the background or something. I'll dance. I don't know. Resin hasn't been ruined. It's chocolate caramel coated and European chocolate. European chocolate's still good. That's the thing. I'm talking about American chocolate, which is utter trash. No, that's what I'm saying, man. So the Werewolf of Washington, it wasn't too bad, but I watched it again. Pum'Kin, I was in it. Yeah, there you go. So we got those. We're going to put those in the beginning. So if you've seen the other ones, they'll be later, you know, because those are going to be in the playlist too. But this playlist is literally grown to almost 12 hours. So this might just go all night. I don't know if we will, but the stream will go all night. We'll see. I may cut it down. I may bulk it out. We'll figure it out. Whatever. I'm looking forward to it. Dude, it was a mad dash to get those things done too. We did them back to back. This Pum'Kin guy's like, I'm in the mood to do it. You know, he gets in there and he's just like, back to back. And then the other day was all editing and all that garbage. That's the other thing. Keep in mind, we have no scripts. We don't do scripts. That's the whole joy of this. I can't sit down and write words. You know, it's a little tedious. And then Pum'Kin guy does this. And he looks at the spaceship and says, hey, spaceship, blah, blah. You know, it's like, oh, God. It kills the spontaneity. Halloween movie night at Steve's. No. Did you know how many people are on the street? That's like my prime pick. I know everyone else is going for candy, but I get victims. Go.
Gotta love 3D printing all day. Christmas ornaments, new spool for filament, etc. Plus, I finally got a sweet Deadpool Tervis cup.
Ooh.
Because why not? Especially considering all the money I'm having to spend
on Uber. Well, that doesn't make sense. Well, I'm spending all my money on Uber. I might as well get a cup. You're not making logic. You wait till you get into an Uber where they have a Deadpool Tervis, and then you take it from them. And then you throw yourself out of the car going 60 miles an hour. They try to get back. Give me back my Tervis book. No. You're already vanished into the brush. You're gone. Yeah. You got to save some money. Tervis cup. It's a double-walled tumbler. We actually have a couple of them. They're pretty good. The other ones we use, if we can find them cheap, which is never, the Yeti ones, those are pretty good. But I drink everything cold, so it doesn't matter. Like my soul. What are your Christmas ornaments? What are you doing? Christmas ornaments. It's October. Yeah, no, not everybody knows every brand. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Most Europeans find Hershey's to taste like vomit because it's made of fresh milk instead of milk powder, which sours the milk while the chocolate's being made. Oh, that would explain it, because I kind of feel like it tastes gross too. There's not a lot of chocolates I like anymore. We did get these freaking awesome Italian. I'm on an Italian candy kick now, right? They're these weird. Nobody say, hey, phrasing, because I know what's coming when I say this, all right? They're these little candies that are filled with nut cream, okay? It's not what you're thinking. It's kind of a creamy, nutty flavor, okay? So, they're good. They're Italian. But, you know, it is what it is. But the ingredients are surprisingly little. It's like, you know, here's some sugar and here's this and that, blah, 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 and that's it. I'm just like, why do I have to read a novel when I look at the back of a candy wrapper in the States? It's ridiculous. No, I know. It's like I was just like, okay, how am I gonna tactfully approach this? Hey, I've been eating these things that have nut cream in them. Oh God, here we go. Not gonna say phrasing because that's Vito's thing. I know, but everyone says it. Everyone does. Everyone says phrasing. You know, I don't know why. It's just phrasing, dude. And I always say there's nothing wrong with the phrasing. It's how you're hearing it. That's the problem. Is it Godiva? I haven't had Godiva because it's too expensive. But I generally won't buy anything. I used to get, the last time we got like a box of chocolates was those like Whitman ones. I don't know if they have them in the UK or Europe or whatever. Go. Thank you. The Whitman samplers are absolutely atrocious last time I had them. Dark chocolate is the only thing America kind of still gets done right, because the dark chocolate actually tastes what good milk chocolate's supposed to taste like, but it doesn't taste like dark chocolate. Then I have to get those weird bars that I only find in holistic food stores, you know? No, it's like I'm being rung up by the Dalai Lama because these people are just you can tell they're of the earth because they smell like it. And I'm all for being, natural and stuff like that, but deodorant's not going to kill you. Fun fact, Toblerone can't legally be called Swiss chocolate anymore because they now outsource their milk powder. Oh my God. That's like the whole champagne conspiracy. Now there's drama of that. You can't be called champagne unless you're from whatever freaking region of I don't drink it. So, what? Dude, it's just some bizarre things, But what the hell else do we do? All right, so we got the movies squared away. We got the playlists for Halloween squared away. Dawn isn't dying. No, I think she had this thing with. Oh, there she is. What's up? Pinko? Are you doing all right? People want to know if you're doing okay. I'm okay. All right, we'll call it. Dawn's here. And now they're going to go rest. Go rest. What? Now, there's like, we think it's a combination of allergies plus the cat. Because she's allergic to the cat a little bit, but you throw seasonal allergies on top of that, it's an utter mess. Plus, she's like, post-nasal drip, you're coughing a lot. Probably hurt like chest muscle trying to expunge the phlegm. Yes. Fun allergy crap. That's a easy thing, but still. I feel better soon. Yeah. Did I just dyslexia? Maybe. I don't know. I don't keep track anymore. Everybody says, hope you feel. She's gone. Champagne is called champagne because it's from Champagne, France. Yeah, but France isn't France anymore, so I don't even think it matters. Oh, God. Take all the pills. There you go. You can't call any chocolate Swiss chocolate or use images of the Swiss Alps on the packaging unless chocolate's made entirely in Switzerland using ingredients sourced from Switzerland. What about Swiss Miss chocolate? They have that in the States. Is that like is that false advertising? Let's find out. Well, you find out. I'm going to go coffee. There's definitely not enough caffeine in my system right now. Oh, God. Whew. Your dad just gave you a heart attack?
Apple? Nuggets. Apple. Apples are tree babies. I
There you go. Thank you. Dad just gave you a heart attack? That's an odd gift. Here you go. I would say chocolate from Canada tastes better than America. It does, absolutely. What happened to this, what's his face, who's supposed to make the ingredients in our food not taste like, I don't know, something from Raccoon City, Now, it's supposed to be moving all these ingredients out. The big problem is the dye, we don't want any of the food to, have artificial dyes in it. Why start with the actual ingredients? The color I'll hold off on that, Heard the phone ringing while I was in the kitchen. That's not bad. Are you allergic to phone calls? I know I am, dude. Forget it. No, I don't do it. What? Maybe what? You're not claiming it's Swiss chocolate. Oh, okay. Line of a political rant. I got a backlog of that stuff from about 10 years ago that I could just be going on about. Oh, the France thing? Is that it? Oh, that's not political. That's more demographics. Let's see. I'd probably make a good politician, though. Let's see. Someone was in the kitchen for dinner. The dinner. The only man on the planet who produces the antibody using in shots to prevent a mother's body from attacking her baby. Provide final blood donations he can legally have. Really? That's a lot. I don't know, man. We got to find somebody else now. Swiss Miss. I don't like instant chocolate, like hot cocoa. It's very, you figure I would love hot cocoa. I do not like hot cocoa. I don't even like mochas, like mocha frap, blah, blah, blah. There's something about putting chocolate that's drinkable that isn't good unless it's chocolate milk. Warm versions of it's terrible. Maybe I'll have cold chocolate milk, but that's like, all right, hot cocoa is basically warm chocolate milk. I'd rather just have chocolate milk. Yeah. Have I ever had Mexican hot chocolate? Nope. Never. I probably wouldn't now either, just because it's like, you know, Check a print. Why are you ironing a print? Like an iron? Like you're doing laundry? After you have actual hot chocolate, instant stuff is bland AF. Yeah, like I remember what your grandparents used to make hot chocolate, you know, but they made hot chocolate. Yeah, the only thing that was weird was the marshmallows that were store-bought because they weren't making homemade marshmallows. Yeah. Drink your hot chocolate with milk. Had it with water as a kid. Yeah. Either way, if we had milk, we'd use milk. If not, it tastes better if you use milk. Yeah. Mexican hot chocolate is so much better. Yeah, so's your soda. But we got that now. Out of everything that's going on in the world, apparently that was one of the prime directives of certain administrations. They wanted to make sure that America had Coca-Cola with real sugar in it. I'm sure there's somebody on the internet saying, I voted for this. I'm like, all right, well, I mean, yay. I don't know. Things will figure out. Go.
2 more days till Halloween. 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 2 more days till Halloween. Silver Shamrock.
Maybe that should be my costume for next year. We'll just be decked out in silver shamrock stuff. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. Also a mask. I was going to wear Dawn's Halloween hat, like the witch hat, but it's way too big for my head. You know, it's like I know I looked like some weird, like it literally covers my entire head. It just didn't work out. Thank you, Blood Raven. What's up? Not go good as use twice the cocoa powder. You got to use twice as much cocoa powder and then a little less milk. Yeah, and then it's just pure chocolate. Like you put the spoon in there and it just sticks straight up and you're like, all right, that's going to be a good chocolate. Somehow have Halloween off. Wow. That's pretty good. Hopefully they won't call you in last second. Oh yeah, everyone else figured out it was Halloween and they all have things to do. You want to come in and wait on the people who will be in costume, inevitably drunk, and you got to take their orders or something, you know? Hey, we've worked Christmas, we've worked Thanksgiving. I think we worked Halloween once.
Old school Mexican hot chocolate comes in a bar that you grate into hot milk and whisk in.
No, see, that's how it's supposed to be done. Yeah, you just throw chocolate right in there. Next year, you won't be able to spooky. You have to get your Christmas decorations on. What? Next year? Get out of here. Get out of here. What? I'm not a big fan of Christmas. I mean, I like Christmas. It's all wholesome and fuzzy. But it's not Halloween. Halloween is for my people, you know. Christmas is for like the normies who are like, I just want to have good vibes and joy and hope, rest of the world and all that. No. It's just like that's put that over there. That's good. I need the illuminated jack-o'-lanterns. I need creatures roaming the streets, you know, that kind of thing. I don't take orders. I just ring people up at the end. Oh, okay. So, oh, that's something. That's actually a lot less stress unless they're like, is this coffee really supposed to be like $7.50? I'm like, yes, just pay the bill. Can I speak to a manager? You can, but he's going to say, go die. But, all right. Oh, I miss 90s retail. Oh, God. People used to tell ghost stories on Christmas. Yeah, they don't do that now. The only time they do that is when they reminisce about relatives that passed on. I like, oh, your great-grandfather. Oh, God, here we go. I met him for 5 minutes and then he died. Okay, it's like, what do I do with that? I miss Art Bell's Ghost to Ghost. Yeah, that ain't coming back. No, old radio show, Coast to Coast. They used to have every Halloween. They used to have that thing. So you can probably find those if you're nostalgic. You can find the actual shows online. So they were good. They had all these weird, crazy conspiracy. People had their ghost stories and all this other stuff. You know, but things change. And oddly enough, no podcast has been able to kind of get that coast to coast vibe with Art Bell again. But it's like he was such a good interviewer. Like he listened and actually had a conversation back and forth with the people. Instead of like George Honori, who just sits there and he's just like, oh yeah, tell me about whatever you're doing. And then the guy prattles on for about 45 minutes. And I don't know, like George Honori's at the buffet, never asks a question, and he comes back and he's just like, oh yeah, that's very interesting. What else? And he just talks for another hour. Oh God. With your host, the Space Ghost. Dude, Space Ghost. Bump, 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 bump. Space Ghost goes something wholly different. Yeah, it was totally different. No, Art Bell was like an AM. It was AM, right? Radio show that dealt with like the paranormal and stuff like that. So we would deal with aliens, UFOs, conspiracies, all that stuff. And he would have guests on there. Some of them that were really over the top, and they got to a point where when they were over the top, he would just cut them off. Like he would go to a break and be like, yeah, we basically got rid of them because they were just a little bit too crazy, you know? And if you're hosting a conspiracy, you know, radio show and somebody comes on, a guest comes on and they're too crazy, that was the cool thing. He didn't just let them talk. It was like, all right, this guy's absolutely nuts. Get the hell out of here. You know? Coast to Coast AM was on the radio. Yep. Old timey. When you could get radio stations in. It probably would have done well on satellite radio, but I don't know how many people still have satellite radio. You don't just make drinking chocolate, what? Like Ghirardelli? Cream milk soda, chocolate, or yeah. Seems like a lot of work, though.
It's a raid. Destroy
it's a raid. Adam, what's up?
And treats.
There you go. I feel like Adam was on another stream relatively recently with the guy with the big hair. Yeah. What's up?
We still have that. Problem is the paranormal switch to political conspiracies.
Yeah, that is a problem. I've noticed because of the, I don't know, social climate, everything. It is difficult to even get through what you would seem to be a benign Reddit without finding some kind of political crap. There's a conspiracy to somebody complaining about something, somebody going re all the way home, complaints about A, B, C, blah, 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 blah. It's like, yo, I'm just here to look at the goth music, you know? That's it, yeah. Hey, Killer, thank you. 19 moons. Nice. I see your problem. You're reading Reddit. That is a problem, but, you know, there's so much stuff on there. It is difficult. It is difficult to just try to enjoy stuff and not have that bombard your stuff. And, you know, again, I could address numerous things, but, you know, just it becomes very divisive very fast because people don't want to discuss it in a human way anymore. David, 43 moons.
Jim Bell dance Stiffy laugh Jim Foamy bound Stiffy Yambi.
Thank you. Thank you. Keeping up with the subs. Nice. Thank you. Another streamer I found out the birthday is on Halloween. I would hate that. I don't know how the Pum'Kin deals with that. No, because that's annoying, you know? Imagine having a birthday party and people keep, you know, ringing on your doorbell or knocking on your apartment. You bing, 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 bing. Give me candy. I was like, please, I'm just trying to eat my cake, man. I don't know if that's exact problem. Say this band weird topics. They should, like some of the mods should, like on Reddit at least, weed out some of those topics. But I've noticed certain ones, especially when dealing with music, people heavily into music tend to lean a certain way unless it's a particular type of music. And they'll just leave the stuff that they agree with on that Reddit. And I'm like, okay, but I don't want to see that here. And it's whether I agree with it or not, it's irrelevant. I'm here for what is relevant on this Reddit, which is either goth music, some weird, obscure bands, lost media, something like that. I don't care about what's going on right now, bro. Halloween, candy, let's go. They just banned weird words. Yeah. What are you gonna do? What? I wish there's, because here we have like good mods. Shadav's a good mod. Zombie Snow White's a good mod, et cetera, et cetera. And you guys have been awesome. And I wish there was a way that you could get paid to moderate the internet, because I feel like they'd be really good at it. No, I mean, like they kind of keep Dawn's Discord in check like really well. Mine hasn't burst into flames, so that's pretty good. So, I don't know. There's got to be a need for that, you know. Hey, I'll vouch for you. You know, if somebody would be like, "Oh yeah, could you give me a recommendation?" I'd be like, "Best person ever." Yeah. Let's get some more coffee. Boop. Ah. Boop. There's a handful of mods that control most of the subreddits. It's a conspiracy. Oh, speaking of which, you know, and not to get into the weird thing of life and viewpoints, but you know how there's Grokpedia now as opposed to Wikipedia, right? Because apparently the powers that be thought Wikipedia leaned towards one particular viewpoint and wasn't giving all the information. So Grokpedia, you know, just started happening. And oddly enough, like when I go to it, and I am literally talking just about information, and I'm not going to even give an example because even that example would cause problems. I would say it is a lot more informative and very data focused, which is what I like. Usually when I go to an article or a Reddit or something, I kind of just want the data. I want the facts, I want them listed, and I want to know where they're from, right? I don't want things being coerced. You know what I'm saying? I want data. I may not be happy with the data. I may not be like, but you know, if 2 + 2 = 4, then I mean, what the hell am I going to do about it? You know? I didn't realize that mod we were talking. What mod we were talking about? I was talking about you guys. You know what? Everybody. You think that word which I don't understand? Walk rock. Go.
Call it for 50+ viewers.
50+? I thought that was already called. 50, huh? Oh, it hasn't been. All right, cool. Thank you. Oh, does that help me? It does with viewership, but not my bingo card. Damn it. What are you gonna do? 69 viewers, nice. Really? Now we can allow the number 69. God. Not 67 though. We can't do 67. That was like a weird internet thing where it was like people don't bother saying it was like 69 and then it was like, oh, 67, that's the new number to just be stupid about. And I'm just like, okay. You do whatever, kids. Play with your numbers. Howdy, how's it go? What? Goldrex, hi. Got the Mistress Raven. Hey, y'all. What's up? Hope you're doing well. All right. I do want to get to what time. All right, we got 48 minutes. I am in a bit of giddy glee, and you're going to see why in a couple of seconds. All right, you ready? We've been complaining about this for the eternity of the existence of everything. Right after this. All right, Blue Moon, you got a roll equal to or better than 20. Equal to or better than. Maybe Catman can help you. Oh, God. 9. Not even a shiny. I can't help you out. They're both there. They're both there. What are you going to do? We don't have a lot of 20s, but, you know, if you get those two together, that's dismal. Discord, what's up? Malachi, hi. All right, you ready? You're ready for the validation that I rarely seek from the universe? Hey, Hank got another card. Oh. Hi, Susie. Look at this. Nintendo's creature capture patent dealt blow. Thanks for getting extra cards. Amid Palworld lawsuit. Okay? I like this. All right, prepare for some swearing because I am in a gleefully obnoxious mode. All right? Japan's patent office. All right? Not America, Japan has rejected a Nintendo application related to its Palworld lawsuit, citing a lack of originality. This is the best fucking day ever. The decision raises questions about the validity of several Nintendo patents describing creature capture systems. Nice. Thank you. Creature capture systems that are central to the company's complaint against Palworld. September 19th marked the first anniversary, blah, blah, blah. Okay, JPO says Nintendo isn't original. All right, okay. In late October, Japan applicant rejected Nintendo's patent application number 2024, okay, whatever, which is related to the family of creature capture patents that Palworld is accused of infringing. A JPO patent examiner found that the application lacks originality to be deemed an invention, citing prior art such as Monster Hunter 4, Ark Survival, Evolved, Gotcha browser games, Kentai Collection, Pocket Pair's own Craftopia, and even Pokemon Go. All of those were released prior to December 2021, priority date from the rejected application. Okay. Nintendo, you unoriginal fuckers, according to Japanese, patent office. So I'm just stating what they're saying here. You guys are unoriginal, according to this. Legally, you have been stamped with a label of unoriginality. You have no ideas, according to this. Your patents, your mechanics that you're, we're going to, your Palworld, we're coming to get you. You're not doing anything. You fucked up. You fucked up because you're fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid, at least in my opinion. Now, according to this, I love this. Look at this. Look at the patent application. It is an original. You haven't had an original idea in freaking forever. And now it's been validated by a government entity. And you could cry all you want. Maybe it was in the United States to be like, oh, well, they don't understand the whole gaming. This is Japan. This is your own people who said, fuck y'all. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Okay? So, you know what? You can go sit and spin on a Pikachu, bitch, because now your patent is fucking dead in the water. And I hope Palworld comes around and fucking kicks you in the dick with a counter lawsuit because apparently the mechanic was in place before you even, went to apply for it. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird, Nintendo? Wow, you couldn't manage to bully somebody out of a competition, huh? Wow, oh, that sucks. You got Pikachu shocked in the nuts. Fuckers. Oh, God. I take an immense amount of glee in this. Immense amount of glee. Because Nintendo, as far as my understanding is, and all the articles I've read, they're a bit of a legal bully. Okay? So, and in some regards, hey, they're going after modders and stuff like that. They're using their IPs and stuff like that. That's understandable. I wouldn't do it myself. But I'm just saying, they want to protect their IPs and stuff like that. However, they've overstepped their bounds. They basically tried to claim, according to that trademark thing, work not their own. So, okay, this to me, we're just stacking up the deck of I fucking hate Nintendo, because now it has been on a legal standpoint in Japan, no less. Nintendo's not original. They literally try to claim somebody else's work as their own. That's kind of low, dude. I expect that from AI. but not Nintendo. The great Nintendo that managed to manifest instruments out of cardboard and sell them for $70. You know, I mean, they're so innovative. Like, literally, get wrecked. Go fuck yourself, okay? Fucking Nintendo, man. Bunch of bitches now. Dude, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I'm going to have more coffee. But, dude, the glee, man. I'm just happy. Look at the smug look on my face. I'm just fucking happy. All right. I just want to. This is gonna be my screenshot. All right, there you go. Let's look. There you go. I love this. This is so good. Look at that. Just punch him right in the nuts because he got none. Okay. Oh, good. Whew. This is good. I feel happy, and you know what? Not for nothing. If you are a gamer and you're an indie game, and it was one of the things that really bothered me about this patent was if they got that, the little sword of Damocles that would hang over every indie developer who wanted to make a creature capture collecting kind of game. You get too popular, Nintendo's going to come after you. Now, we at least got some sort of legal precedent. So now moving forward, still with the lawsuit, Palworld should come back and be like, Your Honor, Nintendo, the bitching question here, apparently had their patent rejected and their fuck all unoriginal according to, the Japanese patent office. So putting that in as evidence, dismiss this case and Nintendo should be paying all our legal fees. I don't know how it works in Japan like that. But here's my thing. I would countersue for legal fees. I really would. Because they've been dragging and fucking around with this game for the longest fucking time. And, hey, Palworld, once this is over, implement all the stuff that you had to take out just to try to, play it safe. Put that all back in. Put it all back in. Because fuck these people. I should just buy that game and start gifting it to people, Maybe I should do that. I'll buy like 10 codes or something. Be like, here, you get Palworld, you get Palworld, you get Palworld. It's annoying, but all right, let me get on chat. Let's see. I'm just fucking happy he needs to be on Steve's shirt, right? It's rare that I come across news that makes me actually a little glowy in satisfaction, Right? Nintendo, that's not fire safety compliant. You have to real Windows. Dude, but I feel good and I feel like my position is justified because now there's all these examples of other games having this mechanic prior. Nintendo can't do shit about it. They got their tiny little balls flicked by the patent office and they're like, You like that, Nintendo? So now I feel a sense of relief for other game developers, if that makes any sense, especially indie ones. Because everybody knows, Pokemon's been a huge influence for a lot of game developers, especially now coming out. There's a lot of Pokemon adjacent type games. And I'm not even in the gaming industry. I would like to make a game. But even something like that is what if we made a Neurotically Yours game and Jermaine summons Foamy to do something? Is that going to be a thing now? Is that a lawsuit? Well, now because it's not an original mechanic. Nintendo, unoriginal pricks. So it's like that opens up possibilities for people. People don't have to live in fear. They can create a game without this looming corporate clown. Just you better not get too famous, bruh. You better not get too famous. What? Oh, you sold over 1 million copies? We're going to get you. We're coming for you. That kind of thing. I'm just happy. It's very good. It's a creative win for creative freedom for something like game mechanics. You know, game mechanics should not be a patent. Pressing a button should not be a patent. You know, it should just be, you know, dealing cards in a game. That shouldn't be a patent. Picking up something and dropping it, that shouldn't be a patent. Whether it's a creature, whether it's a weapon, jumping onto a rideable mount, which is another patent they're trying to get. And I'm not sure if that got tossed out too. Because I think they said like 23 of the patents got tossed out or something like that. But all those garbage things they were trying to push, gone. And that's great. It's good when there's justice. After like what you say, but just I track all these suits. Yeah, there is, which is kind of crazy. People get really into it. Uranium. What was that other one that there was a patent on? It was in what the hell are those games? Don't snooze the ads. Let them go because we got to run through them. There was a Shadows of Mordor. They had a particular game mechanic that was patent, but then the game developer or the studio went under. Nemesis system. Thank you. So that's basically in limbo because I think the company went under, but they got a patent for it. Now, what was that? I never got to play those games, so I don't even know what the Nemesis system is. Sounds very ominous. But stuff like that, if that company is not there, just let it go. Yeah. What happened with the Switch 2? I didn't even get a Switch 2. I didn't buy a Switch 2 basically because I was pissed off at Nintendo because of Palworld. In all honesty, that just set me off, and they are literally the most hated company for me now. Well, I'm saying in a sort of menial pop culture sort of way. Yeah. But enemies would remember you, and I think learn from fighting you. Shouldn't that just be adaptive, quote-unquote, AI? You know, the AI that every NPC has. Weren't there other games that had adaptive? I mean, they wouldn't remember. But there are games out there where it's like, if you do something, the game kind of learns from you. Even indie games have that on itch. Like there's this one where you're being stalked by this character in a, spooky school. And then it learns from your action and gets more difficult. Monolith was making a Wonder Woman game before Warner Brothers dropped the guillotine on them. Yeah, typical. Trying to sell my Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Switch. Nice. Then Generation Zero basically have the Nemesis system. I don't know. I didn't get to play that either. It's just, systems like that, it's like, it's cool, and at the very least, if you're going to use the system, then maybe give, that studio either, notoriety, throw them a couple of bucks. I'm also fine with licensing fees if it's a groundbreaking, brand new kind of mechanic. You do that. But I think, and I know this is ignorance on my part, in a gaming industry that's very creative, I always pictured a creative universe as a riffing sort of sharing sort of thing. So if somebody comes up with a game mechanic in my stupid creative mind, I kind of assume it's like, oh, dude, no, if you want to use that, go ahead. Yeah. It's like you're musicians. You come up with a guitar riff and somebody's like, dude, that's a good riff. I'll be like, dude, I'm going to do this little variation of it. You're like, oh, dude, that's cool too. And you share, basically everybody borrowing everything to a certain extent. I mean, you don't want to be blatant about it. But everybody's inspired from something. And whether it's a game mechanic, a piece of art, music, or something like that, you build on it and you move forward and keep your fingers crossed that you improve upon what came before. But I know companies are at the back end of this, like Nintendo, and they're like, that mechanic that we have where we summon a creature and then throw it back out there. Yeah. Let's see if we can make a patent on that and then either sue into oblivion everyone using it or demand licensing fees, So, you ever see the interview with Vanilla Ice about the din 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 din? And he's like, no, it's different. It goes din 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 din. Like, yeah, there's that extra thing in there. You know, we went boom boom boom. I'm like, oh my god, it's the same thing. Who are you kidding? He was so glib about it too. AAA publishers replace creativity with Skinner box manipulation just to squeeze more money from the addicts. Yeah. I mean, gaming isn't what it used to be, and we all know that. Between mobile becoming as big as it is, the gacha games, the loot crates, and all this other stuff, the microtransactions, the season passes, and all this other BS. A lot of people, at least myself, and even Dawn now is like, she finds more joy out of a lot of the indie games that she plays, because she plays a lot of indie games. She does a lot of sampling when there's Next Fest, anything like that. She's always writing down, oh, I got to try that game. Oh, that looks cool, blah, blah, blah. And more often than not, she's pleasantly surprised with the indie games, assuming they're not completely broken when they come out. But even then, you can forgive an indie because, you know, they're an indie. You know, they only got so much. But AAA games, it's like they're so bogged down with all these season passes and DLCs and unlock this, and here's your skins, and here's this shop, and it's live service, and and it's and it's people, whether they realize it or not, it's kind of like when you play a gacha game. You know, there's this fictitious, I guess, what's that term that they use when the difficulty spike? There's this fictitious difficulty spike that has been implemented to get you to spend money, you know? Like, oh, wait, you want to do more? Well, you're out of quote unquote energy, so you got to do this. Or you need more gems to complete this task. Or maybe if you do this, this is a time saver thing you can, you know, it's like, we just want to play a game, you know? And that's the thing. They kind of bank on people getting frustrated. And I think people sense that, again, even if they don't know, that games have become more frustrating as you play them because they want you to get frustrated. So you'll just either move over to the time save bonus that they have that make you pay real money for, or the game is actually good enough, but they stop you from playing because they want you to pay more money so you can get more credits, gems, whatever the scheme is, so you can play more, you know? And hey, I'm fine with gacha games. I like all those weird little anime things. All the Hoyoverse games are pretty good. I just started playing. What's the card one that came out? It's something Zone Nightmare, Zero Nightmare. It's all right. It's, you know, it's basically the same thing as everything else. It's kind of an auto battler to a certain extent. You know, they give you a certain amount of energy you get. And, you know, I do my dailies, get the hell out. That's it. I know. It is where the best games are. Don't read the reviews. Decide for yourself. Yeah. Just got back from the ad break. Did I miss anything? No, we're just rambling about AAA games being terrible. Say it again. Imagine if Namco patented the mechanic of Pac-Land like they did a loading games concept in Ridge Racer. Nintendo would not be happy. That's the thing. There's so many other companies that could patent mechanics before Nintendo got their hands on it, and they didn't because they were like, well, we're not going to patent a loading screen. Yeah, you could have put Nintendo out of business. I don't know. But yeah, so indie games and even AAA studios are like bewildered. There's been articles about this and people talk about, we don't understand, like, how are all these indie companies making all this money and being successful? Because they're making a game that they want to make and they want to enjoy playing. And in turn, that passion comes through in the gameplay and the environment and whatever creative stuff that they do. And then other people are like, wow, this is cool. You know, they're not worried about, you know, well, let's see, how can we maximize profit for this Assassin's Creed game? What? No, they're not even thinking about that. They want to have fun and make a game that they want to play and enjoy. Imagine doing that. Thank you. It's only a game. It's not only a game. It's a part of the art of the world that people are abusing. Oh man. Also, indie games have sensible budgets and don't cost what, 60, 80. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the other thing. What was the Mind's Eye? That game They said the budget for that was $200 million. $200 million, which is insane to me. Pokemon, Z to Ada came out, $13 million. Even I find $5 million to be a lot for a game. Because that's a lot of money. If I have $5 million, I'm keeping the $5 million. I'm not making a game, you know? So, like, for a company to put that much money into it, even though Banana Cat, this guy, here you go. For a company to put that much money, especially the $200 million thing between ads and all that other stuff, oof, like, that's insane. You ain't making that back. Oh, Apple Cat. Thank you. Holy Grace, hi, what's up? How's it going? E, thanks for the follow. Nice. Whoa. Yeah, $100 for a game now. Dude, you could have got, what was it? Silk Song was only like $20. People freaking love that game. It was well done, too, at least from all the gameplay I've seen. Like, holy crap. The animations are good. And yeah, I've gotten to the point where I'm done with really difficult games and platformers and stuff. But I recognize it's a good game. And it's like a labor of love. All right. So many cats. I'm going to be running out of space soon, dude. Vampire Survivors. Yeah, $5.99. Dude, you know how much? Oh, God. That's probably, aside from Dead by Daylight, I feel like Vampire Survivors has got the most actual in-game time. I got so much game time in there. I think at least 60 hours, 80 hours, something like that. Yeah, unfortunately, we're playing on Xbox, too. So it's like all that stuff is... I really wish they had cross-saves. No, because usually I'm just sitting at the couch and I'm just like... Avoid. Oh, no, I'm actually pretty good at it, because it's like walking down the street in New York. You just don't want to bump into anybody or you're going to die. Yeah. David, what? I got a lot. All right, let's get some more coffee. I'm in a good mood. That Nintendo story just, yeah. Love it. Boop. Screw you, Nintendo, you suck. I also had a piece of carrot cake. Anybody know David's Cookies? There's a company called David's Cookies. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it comes from, okay? I used to know one place. Go.
I thought about filing a complaint of the abuse you give Apple and Banana Cat, but I was unsure if I should file with the SPCA or FDA.
Why not do both? Make sure you get a screenshot. Send it to them along with your complaint. They're going to be like, what the fuck is this? Even PETA would question it. And they'd be like, I don't even think there's any traction here. We can't even use this. That would be funny, I feel like the SPCA has got enough issues, as does the FDA. Right. Well, you think RFK is going to be like, see, this is what I mean about bad food. It's like, you play Dead by Daylight? That's my favorite online game. I play all the time. I haven't played in a bit, but I probably got about like 60, 80 hours in it. I don't know. When they started coming out with more and more and more killers, I'm just like, one, I don't have the time for it. Two, I can't keep buying all the DLC. It's ridiculous. I usually play all those 4v1 games. I didn't play Killer Clowns from Outer Space because I know that's not going to do well as much as I would like it to. Puppet Master, oh God, I play that for 5 minutes. The game is so jank. It needs work. Evil Dead we played a lot of. Friday the 13th we played a lot of. I didn't get to play Predator, Hunting Grounds. And when a Halloween game comes out, I'll probably play that too. I even played Baylor Jail. No, there's something about it. I do like the human element of it because, and it's not a shooter, okay? Because here's the thing about shooters. Everybody's a lot better than me. And I am literally the battlefield fodder for some 8-year-old sniper that's really good at the game. I'm like, all right, now I got the, Gotta wait 30 seconds to respawn. All right, now I'm gonna hide by... Okay, one more time. Let's see. All right, cool. I got into a tank and stuff like that. Rocket launcher. And then some getting blown up. I'm like, oh, come on. And this little kid comes over to comms. You suck, dude. You're the worst. Mute all. Okay. But with Dead by Daylight and games like that, there's tactics there. If you're a little bit more sneaky, you can kind of work around it. If you're a little bit more subtle, you can kind of... You don't have to be a good player. You just have to be aware of your environment. And we are usually very aware of our environment. And I'm not worried about, somebody in Dead by Daylight picking me off from across the battlefield because they have an aimbot hack, Saber Games is a company. Hey. We're going to do Clive Barker's Hellraiser. That's going to be released next year. That's a campaign game, which is actually kind of good. That's what's interesting about it. Like, they're not doing like, all right, it's a 4v1. They're like, no, this is a campaign. And they went out of their way to be like, we pushed the rating as far as we could before it hit the adult thing. And I was like, yes, finally. That's why I don't play Call of Duty anymore. Yeah, dude, Call of Duty, Battlefield, even Halo to a certain extent. Yeah. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, it's just like, there's a lot of the shooters, they're very competitive, and the longer the game's out, the worse chance you have of getting good at it. Because everybody's gotten either really good or they're just sweaty, They're just like, I can be my kill-death ratio. Nobody likes to have fun, I always like when a game like that comes out, and you get into it, like Evil Dead was really good, Friday the 13th, Dead by Daylight. Within the first 2 weeks of any of the game, because nobody knows the meta yet. Nobody knows the glitches and this, and then, well, if you do this, blah, 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 and they know the routine. They know the maps, That's the good thing. As soon as the game comes out, you all get dumped down as this land. You're all on equal playing ground. And then, the better ones get good. And then the obsessive ones rise to the top. And then you have your hackers, Because usually it takes a couple of days before the hacks come out. That's what ruins multiplayer most of the time. It's just like a lot of people who just hack the game just so they can mess around with people. Like, that's their thing. That's the joy that they get out of it. They'll just like queue up a game and just put the aimbots in there and just like pew, 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 pew. Oh, look, it killed like 20 people in this round. Ha, suckers. And that's what they do all day. Yeah. It's not about really having fun for them. It's about being an ass, I guess. You young people with your pew-pew games, back in my day, we played Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. We're better for it. Yeah, it's still, even the former devs from Left 4 Dead couldn't really do the same thing with Back 4 Blood. Like, that it didn't work. Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 were just really good games. There's some really good mods for those too. Yeah, it didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. It looked good, and people were like, "Yeah, it's all right." I don't know what it is. I also think there's this maybe aspect of nostalgia or whatever it might be, but there was just something really good about early multiplayer. Team Fortress still does pretty well, but you got to deal with hackers and stuff like that. It wasn't as a prevalent problem as it is, back then as it is now. So, back then you could play a game and everybody was pretty much on equal ground. Yeah. I don't get the lack of sportsmanship in video games. People just like to do the thing. Nobody says GG anymore either. They're just like, you ruined the game. I'm like, what the hell, dude? It's Plants vs. Zombies. What do you expect? We were supposed to win. What? And don't be the corn then. Why were you the corn? The corn sucks. The card element killed Back 4 Blood. I do not like the card element for games like that, where it's like, oh, here's your loadout card and stuff like that. And I don't know how that got implemented into that. I like having a good loadout for your character, not something that you got to factor in an extra card. It's all that. It's an extra mechanic that doesn't need to be in there, What are you going to do? It's easier to cuss people out when you're not looking them in the eye. Yeah, I've noticed that. I could do it IRL, but then, usually get punched in the face. All right. Let's see what's going on. Boop. All right. So we've established that, according to the Japanese, patent office is, and I have to say this with just a little bit more glee. Everybody listen. Say it with me now. Japan's patent office has rejected a Nintendo application related to its Pal World lawsuit, citing a lack of originality. Oh, I love it. I love this. I love this, man. I want to print this out and just frame it on my wall. With a little picture of me that says I was right. Yeah. Unoriginal. Lack of originality. Somebody like just take this quote right here, right there, and just keep tweeting it. keep tweeting it to Nintendo of America. Lack of originality. Lack of originality. Lack of originality. Look. Monster capture patent application isn't original. You're not even original, Nintendo. Okay, all right. All right, I'm going to stop being gleeful about this, but I'm going to leave this tab open just to have the good vibes in the background. Will mods allowed what? I don't know what it was. I didn't see it. Boop. All right, we got days today. I don't know what day it is, but let's find out. Boom. I guess it's Stare at Susie June Day. Don't we have one where she's got bat wings? Because I feel like that would be better. Hold on, let me see if I do. No, because then that would be a little bit more appropriate. We're not even at the beach here, dude. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Boop. All right, this will take a second. Boop. Do that. Nope. Oh, come on, dude. Is that it? No. Oh, would you stop doing that? Oh my God. Stop. Stop moving. Stop it. Stop. Yeah, give me a second, chat. This is like absolutely tedious. Software's good, but not great. There we go. Well, she doesn't have the bat wings, but she's got ears, so that's nice. Okay. No, at least it's a little bit more Halloween-y, right? She got a bat on her. Cool. All right. King's Coronation Day. Another holiday in Cambodia. Beautiful. Capital City Day. If you got a oh, in Mongolia. Yeah. All right, relax back there. Birth of Ludovic Jur Day. Slovakia. I butchered that. Republic Day in Turkey. Or Turkey. Internet Day. Remember internet? It's Internet Day, chat. Great day for the servers of both Amazon and Microsoft to go down, right? How could they do this to us? It's Internet Day. Oh, God. Yeah, what are those? Are those bat ears or cat ears? What's even happening back there? All right, card battle. Macabre cat. Here we go. What do we got? Card battle. I want a New York version of that. A New York. Which like, hey, card battle there. Get off my lawn. All right. Equal to or greater than? No. 10. 5. That's a big no. But you'll still get a cup of coffee. It's okay. Damn it. All right. Well, if you're going to lose, at least it's a nice way to lose, right? Well, not like it was a 20 or something. Let's see. It's Internet Day. Oh, National Cat Day. Hey, it's National Cat Day. You got a cat? National Cat Day. Yeah. National Oatmeal Day. Oh, gross. Oatmeal. No, I know you already told the tale of the overnight oats. Essentially, it's gruel. All right. I don't even know what the hell, why people make overnight oats. I feel like it is not something I ever want to eat again. It's cold oatmeal. That is stuff that you eat when you're in prison. I miss 2000s internet. Yeah, it seemed like it was a lot more fun and you cherished it a little bit more. National Hermit Day. Yes. We live that every day, honestly. World Stroke Day. I'm sure it's not what I'm thinking, right? Because we do have Susie here. Trying to keep it clean. I don't know how clean we could keep it. National Stroke Day. Okay. Let's see. Double Ninth Festival. Okay. Yam Harara School Observance. I don't even know what that is. But I can't say that. I don't even know what the word is. All right, that's in Israel. Another one. Chongyung Festival in Macau. Why has it got the same picture? Look at this. Look at this. It's got the same picture, same icon. Look, boop, boop, right there. 1, 2, 1, 2. Lazy. Couldn't even get new icons. And then that's it. So I'd go with National Cat Day. Unless you're feeling amorous, then it's World Stroke Day. Yeah, so that's it. Oh, God. I don't know what else is on this. Boop. Am I the asshole? Yeah, we're not doing that quite yet. Baking. There was a thing on the baking thing I wanted to show. Did we open a new tab? Oh, we did. Dude, look at this thing. Somebody baked this and decorated it. What the hell is it? Yo, it's a spice cake. Recipe to be posted soon. No guarantees. I don't care, dude. Dude, look at this. Look at the detail in that. That's a good spooky cake. That's a good spooky cake. That is a cake that you can make and actually bring to a funeral, and people would be like, wow, this is really good. Look at that. Little skulls and everything. Got the flowers. Beautiful. Dare me to eat it. I would totally eat it. Why wouldn't I? Beep. What do we got here? Oh, I got another thing. Oh, it's got ghosts. Cool. Nice. Good job. Yeah, so that was kind of cool. Here's the thing. I don't have the patience to decorate cakes like this because I know I'm just going to eat it. If I have a whole thing of icing that I got to squeeze out, I'm just putting it right in my mouth. That's it. Ugh. No, it's good. I'm just cutting out the middleman, which is the artistic endeavor here. Yeah. I appreciate it, but I don't have the patience for it. Boop. All right. 2-factor authentication. Pretty good. Are they kidding me? Has anybody ever gotten this? Dude, a can lid on top of a can? That is crazy. I wonder what the chances are of that. Like if you open it up and it's like, shh. Oh, God. Ugh. Dude, that's crazy. I mean, I'm assuming it's kind of rare too. Interesting, weird things that happen. It's not photoshopped either, which is kind of good. Yeah, that's unnerving. Huh. All right. I always like to look closely at these things. A lot of scratches there for some reason. It bothers me because I feel like this wouldn't line up with that. But maybe it would. Either way, fascinating. Not really. But there you go. It's a can within a can. I cannot believe it. My parents found these old stickers during their bathroom demo. What are these? These are stickers? Anybody know what the hell these are from? So basically they demolished a thing. These look like I feel like they'd be from like the 80s or something, right? The what demo? Bathroom demo. They demolished it, and apparently these things were in the bathroom somewhere. I feel like they look like they fell behind a sink and just nobody got them. They're weird and creepy. I like them. Look at that guy. I can't imagine he's being very new. I almost want to say they're from like the 50s. I'm trying to judge by the artwork. This looks like very 50s, 60s. Hmm. 60s, 70s, the latest, yeah. That's what. Yeah, this over here definitely looks more like you know, Robert Crumb era of underground comics, that kind of thing. Yeah, so maybe 50s would be too early. I would have to say 60s. Interesting. I don't know, I'm going to leave that tab open because I kind of want to figure it out. They are old. I had them in the early 60s. Really? They're that... Really? Wow. Huh. From a book? Now I'm even more curious. It's weird. Look, Oz. Look, Amazon servers and Azure are down, so expect half the internet to stop working again. Okay, this is what we were talking about earlier. Thankfully, oh God, I'm moving things around. Hold on, I got to move the mic. I'm doing it deliberately. Amazon Web Services down once again, and outages are already being reported. Azure is also facing issues with Microsoft confirming outages of its own. What, is Microsoft using Amazon servers? Yeah, we put our servers on Amazon servers, but Amazon servers are down, so ours by default are down as well. What the hell? I thought you had your own servers. What are you using Amazon servers? This would be the layoffs. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, that would actually, you know, you do make a good point there because Amazon just said they were going to, do layoffs of like 1,400 people or something. Xbox servers are impacted with users reporting issues with the store and Game Pass. Not Game Pass. It's got so much value and it's not overpriced at all. God. Microsoft is looking into Azure issues, but Amazon denies, this is down. Oh, big, server denier. All right, well, no, that's happening. So if your favorite website is all fucked up, you can, thank one of these two places. YouTube policy. Oh, God. YouTube policy change targets online gambling, social casinos, and graphic gaming content. I knew it. Here's the thing. Motherfuckers, let's not get too complacent when it comes to YouTube. Okay, because here's the thing. And I'm not going to get into the politics of this. Remember when a bunch of people got banned from YouTube, right? And it's political. A particular side politically got banned from YouTube because, the conversations they were having were a little spicy. And then everyone complained about it as, things progressed, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, blah, blah, blah. People were wrongfully, taken off this platform. Deep-a-dow, sheep-a-dow, that kind of thing. And they invited them all back. YouTube said, come on back. Come on. We're unbanning everybody that was wrongfully dismissed over there. Of course, people came back and they're like, oh, yeah, I got my YouTube channel back. Like, within 48 hours, some of those very same people got rebanned all over again. They're like, nope, get them out, get them out, get them out, get them out. So basically, it was a showing of compassion that ended with a sledgehammer to somebody's face. Yeah. So this is why I always say when it comes to YouTube, never be complacent, never assume that they're loosening their restrictions. They're just, they do the shuffle. And I've noticed because I've been on there since, God, forever almost. Some things will be okay one week and then they won't be okay the next week. And then they'll be okay the next week and then not okay the week after that. So things are generally arbitrarily enforced. I guarantee you the quote unquote graphic gaming content, very broad terminology. And that's always a thing. There's always that broad terminology that allows them some wiggle room. And not for nothing, I get it. You know, you want to enforce it when it needs to be enforced. Here we go. Here's the online gambling thing. Why don't we get the devs to work on that in games with the loot crates and all that other stuff? And so get banned, let back in, then they kick you in the nuts and reban you. Yeah, pretty much. You know, and some of them were like over the top conspiracy type people. So, you know, they had particular views that did not resonate with policy. So, and yeah, like regardless of whether you agree with it or not, it's either you let people on a platform or you don't. And it's like, why invite them back just to kick them out again? It's all right, but whatever. YouTube, or perhaps more accurately say Google, is making some sweeping changes to its gaming content guidelines. Here we go. As the company's described it, YouTube's strengthened approach to online gambling and graphic violence in gaming goes into effect on November 17th, which is probably when a lot of people are starting to take vacations. They're not really paying attention to what's going on. And content creators are just going to, you know, post up some BS backlog of content because they're all, you know, doing Thanksgiving or holiday stuff. So let's see. And there's a lot to parse here. Oh, don't parse it. Not to say anything definitively without excessive statements to that end, but it feels rather like YouTube's online gambling content and social casino content changes are at least in part the response to an ongoing fiasco surrounding Counter-Strike 2's market mayhem. Oh, God, there's that too. There's also a graphic gaming content alterations. Okay, one, I don't care about gambling because I don't. Google's decree first takes aim at online gambling. The current policy, as they explained, is that content that directs viewers to online gambling sites or applications that are not certified by Google. So in other words, if they're not getting a cut, will be removed. Effective November 17th. This will change such that, Such that online gaming with additional items that have monetary value, including digital goods, video game skins, cosmetics, and NFTs, is now a non-starter. As well. Great. I suppose the last true believers in a non-fungible futures are feeling a bit fungible right now. They're getting fungible. You got funged. Oh my God. This is not good. Turning aside towards social casinos, nothing of real world monetary value is wagered or cashed out. Will be permitted as of, okay, whatever, okay, blah, blah, blah. Basically anything that involves money and fun. We expect most channels will experience little to no impact, but we know this is a lot of information and we want to ensure you have time to adapt. I wish you had this policy when you basically removed a bunch of our cartoons and never reviewed them when we asked you to. All of a sudden. That would have been helpful. Thanks. Let's see. Creators will be notified via email and appeals are permitted. Oh, wow. Appeals are permitted. Wow. Counter-Strike 2 has been in the controversy crosshairs of late for a massive gambling adjacent debacle. Oh, a knife-related update has reduced the game's market cap from $4.9 billion to $4.2 billion. Wait. Hold on. The Counter-Strike skins marketplace has got a market cap, and even with the loss here, $4.2 billion. Oh my God. I can't. Essentially overnight, and this comes hot on the heels of a more suspect skin buying functionality. Dean Hall, wasn't that the jerk of in Ghostbusters that kicked the Ghostbusters out of the university? All right, well, maybe not. I don't know. Dean Hall, the creator of creator of DayZ, has lambasted the whole ordeal. And I've got to say, I agree with him. Oh, you're agreeing with somebody? All right, well, where's the rest of this? That's it? Where's the rest of this article? Quentin, did you finish your work? Where's the see more button? All right, well, I guess we're left on a cliffhanger. Come back next week to figure out what the hell's happening. I want to know the other graphic content. Yeah, right. Did he run out of credits? Bro, did you run out of credits writing this article, man? Dude, come on, man. Just, you know. Let me see. No, that's literally where it ends. This is an unfinished article. My dude. Quentin, get back to work. They want you to read what Dean Hall had to say. Well, where the is Dean Hall? I want to know what the look. I can't even highlight his name. Dean Hall. Oh, they have lambasted. Oh, I got to do this. I got to click on it. All right, here we go. All right, Dean Hall. Fuck yourself. They say, okay, Valve for its gambling mechanics that have absolutely no place. Yeah, but it's not talking about the YouTube. It's just sending me down this rabbit hole. You know, so Dean isn't happy, and this is like a completely different person. Joshua here, Joshua. You better have a complete article. No, I don't. What? Swept under the rug. All right, where we're left. Is that a complete article, Josh? We cool? You know, whatever. Quentin over here. What's his name? Yeah, Quentin. Not a complete article. I want to know what the guidelines are for the quote-unquote graphic gaming content. Are we talking about not safe for work, about Chicky Wow stuff? Or are we talking about like, well, there was blood, you know, that kind of thing? So, yeah. Quentin, finish your article, send me a text. God. New World, Amazon. New World is ceasing development and stopping all updates following mass layoffs at Amazon. Okay, for those who don't know, New World was a MMO by Amazon. People enjoyed it. They had fun with it, but guess what? It's gone. Earlier today, it was reported that Amazon had begun a sweeping round of layoffs that would see around 30,000 people lose their jobs. I thought it was 14. I thought they said 14,000 people. Josh. I heard 14,000. That's a big jump. That's a big jump. I could see if like 14,000. Oh, 15,000 people. All right, you know, you fudge the numbers. 30,000? That's a lot of people. With Amazon Game Studio firmly in the company's sights, it began after several New World fans noticed regular names in the game's official Discord had vanished. While several Amazon employees had claimed that the Irving location of Amazon Game Studios' New World developer had essentially been closed down. All right, New World ceased development. God, essentially it's a long-winded thing saying, we appreciate, you know, it's so corporate. Like, I don't have to think because I saw it and it's just like, we appreciate everybody's playing this game, but we're not supporting it anymore. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, PC. Thank you. Putting up with our nonsense. Full 12 months. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Putting up with the nonsense. Boom. Gaming. I don't even think I looked at anything. I think I had a couple of things here. Where did this is going to be so random because I just got a bunch of tabs open because I didn't have a lot of time. Where did all the clear plastic technology go? Jungle Green update. There was a lot of Jungle Green. Dude, the controllers. Yeah, this was the Xbox era when people actually look, they got that. Did this person get custom here or these actual things? I don't remember there being a green GameCube. Was there? Was this green? This guy's got to be 3D printing this stuff, right? Anybody know if this was a factory? I'm pretty sure those are custom. Yeah, I mean, all right, let's see what the update is. I missed the clear purple ones. Okay. Atomic purple. I had a Game Boy. Okay. I had a GBA. Blah, blah. The clear purple. Okay. Atomic purple. Best ones. In the ocean. Rip Nemo. Xbox has controllers like that, dude. Oh, God. Dude, getting through Reddit comments is a little dicey, you know? Hold on. I got to change an ice pack here. I'm liquid cooling a component.
Prisons mostly use clear tech now for inmate electronics.
Yeah, I noticed because when I was looking up clear stuff, and they have like prison approved CD players, and I'm like, what the? And then I realized, so they don't hide stuff in there. It's kind of weird, but I mean, I get it. Yeah. So I don't know. That's a lot of work. But I don't have a 3D printer. I don't know how long that would take. Bully. I mean, yeah, we've all dealt with enough of those in high school, but somebody added a mod that makes the Rockstar game Bully multiplayer online. It's in its infant stages, but that's pretty cool. Dude, Rockstar games are usually great, and Bully was an underrated game. They wanted to make another one. They didn't do it. But now the modders are like, you know what? Let me take a look at that. Let me look at it. Let me tweak this. Oh, it's got multiplayer now online. So yeah, I think a lot of people were think about doing RP on Twitch, which I think would be fun because it's in a school environment. You could all be asshole kids, That would be amazing to me. I would love to watch some of that. As much as I like GTA RP and, the Red Dead Redemption RP is kind of, you can only do so much. But this would be kind of fun for a different shake-up of things. But then it was weird. Like, GTA RP got very drama. It got very freaking drama-filled. And even, like, the viewers couldn't, differentiate between the characters these streamers are portraying and the actual streamer. So then you had all these people from other people's streams going into other people's streams, bitching and yelling at them because the character's doing something. And it's like, but that's the character. That's what the character would do. They would just blow up their car with them inside of it because they're jerks. How could you do that to them? It's like it became too drama filled for me as a viewer, because then there were certain streamers that were taking time out from doing RP to address the drama. And I'm like, you guys just can't have fun? What the hell? It's ridiculous. There was no green GameCube. Oh, on consolevariations.com. Nice. Thank you for looking that up. You know what? We got to call it. We got to call it. Let's see. I did do the dude thing. I did a dude. Ask for help. Look something up. Boop. What else we got? Oop. Yeah, let me look it up. We didn't have a spicy thing. Didn't do stupid physical item. Technical issue. Nope. Bug attack. Runs out of coffee. I'm getting there. Vtuber glitches. Didn't have bad coffee. It's actually pretty good. Haven't done blood rain. Didn't do a costume change. TD party. Spicy. Beep, beep, beep. Shiny. Wheel spin. Not. Oh, God. We haven't had a wheel spin. Random sing. I did do that. Something falls off stream. Nope. Hits mic with face. Nope. Dyslexia strike. Yeah, let's call that. You throw out there. First time chat. We didn't have a first time chat. You got to be on top of me with that. Come on. TNT. Somebody won. Hey, Space Buckaroo. Nice. And Mac Boo, you just came in. Nice. All right. There we go. Space Buckaroo. See, now we could call wheel spin because that will inevitably happen. So we'll call that as well. Boom. Cowling it. And that barely helped me at all. Oh, God. All right, let's get to this because I got to set things up for that. All right, Space Buckaroo, you're going to get a spin on the wheel of prizes from the Itch Shop, which... Oh, God, where is it? All right, there we go. The Itch Shop. We put the Halloween songs up there. Oh, dude, you're part of the Halloween sale. All right, cool. Nice. Some of the stuff is actually on sale now. Was it 25% off? What do you want to starve? What's wrong with you? It should have been like 10%. Whatever. Something from the It Shop. Could be music, could be movies, could be a comic book. I don't know. All content recommended for mature viewers. Or listeners, or people with faces. All right, where's my wheel spin? Come on.
What's the deal? Let's spin the wheel. Cause you want bingo, let's go. Spin that freak wheel. Spin that freaking wheel.
All right, spinning the freaking wheel. Let's go. Where it will land, nobody knows. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Come on. What do we got? Shooba-dow. Ooh, good vibe single. You're getting good vibes. Good vibes to you. I didn't even know it was still on there. Huh. All right. Well, hey, when you get the next Halloween song out, replace it with that. All right. Let's find you good vibes. Good vibes. It's a sad yet uplifting song. If it's something that you already have, feel free to pass it along to somebody who may not. And I'm whispering in it. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Got it. Here you go. Cool. I get to close tabs now. Nice. Boom. All right. Got it. Think we're good. And back to my face and chat. There you go. Boom. You're welcome. Thank you. Oh, God. This thing's still here. No, not her. This. Get this off. I don't even know where I left off now. Gaming. Mod ads. Multiplayer. Boom. Multiplayer. Yeah, so hopefully when streamers do RP for this, it's not going to be riddled with drama and garbage, all right? Because I want it to be fun and interesting and not torn apart because streamers like to bicker. That's a weird thing. A lot of streamers like to feed off of each other with the drama just to get the views. I feel, wouldn't that just be exhausting? Just attacking other streamers and then farming for views? It's like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's a very fun life. But you do you, bro. There we go. Something Sailor Moon happens. I thought this was a brilliant thing. Anybody who does DoorDash, keep this in mind. Let me call it first. All right. This was I would do the same thing. I had the same actual reaction. All right. Because all right, mouse. All right. So my delivery driver left me this, and I 100% tipped him more for this. All right? Keep this in mind. There's this little card here, right? Look. Little Sailor Moon card. Okay, we got to zoom in here. Let's see. I gotta move myself here because I'm literally in the way of being able to read this. That's not me. There I am. All right, let's move over here. Okay, in the name of the moon, your delivery has arrived. I may not be fighting evil by moonlight, but I am delivering good food by daylight. If my service made your stomach sparkle with joy, please take a moment to rate me. It gives me the power to keep shining bright on my next mission. Come on, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. What? Somebody took the time to make up these little cards and staple them onto the thing. And that's those weird little niceties and things like that. That's like a good vibes thing that most DoorDash people don't do. DoorDash people, they just throw the stuff over there, take a picture of that. Yeah, I'm out. And like this person, it's a simple thing. Just print up your own card, staple. There you go. That's it. So if anybody does DoorDash, if you do something good vibes like this, it'll come back to you. You know, because my first instinct was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to tip them more. You know, I totally would. You know, so keep it in mind. See, I would up my tip too. See, there you go. Yeah, it's those things that you just never see, and I'm glad somebody decided to do that. That's going to be my job, dude, man. As soon as I get my license, I'm gonna put little things on there. But no, don't use Foamy because Foamy will be like, yeah, here's your fucking meal, you fucking prick. Good job. Hope you won't choke on it. Didn't we just do one of these? It feels like we did it 5 seconds ago. All right, DJC, you got to roll. Equal to or greater than? Oh, 12. Bum, 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 bum. 20. Oh my God, where were you for the other card? Oof. Well, to be fair, Susie Jones was just distracted and, you know, tried to keep her bra on. Bikini top. All right. Boom. All right. Pick a number, any number. All right. But I will call spicy card battle. Dun, 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 dun. So don't pick spicy because I called it. See, that help me? Oh, look at me. Hey, there we go. Nice. Bum, 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 bum. I'm a winner. Oh, yeah. Number 33. Let's go. 33. Makes a bad pun. I'm surprised I haven't done that yet. I feel like I'm letting myself down. Thank you. There we go. Nice. Now ready to leave off. Boom. All right. So good vibe stuff, you know, and you're gonna get particular people who know what this is, and they'll be appreciative, you know. So that's good. Leave this open. That's a good idea. What is this? Oh God, Adobe. Adobe Max 2025. Adobe goes all in with AI use across ecosystem. Okay. Hey.
42 to 75 viewers.
Really? Really? I'm going to take your word for it. I didn't look. Thank you. These clowns, here's the thing. Adobe is like Nintendo to me. I fucking hate them, all right? I don't use any of their newer stuff. I have an old Photoshop, like 7.0. I don't even use the free one that they gave out, the CS2. Exactly. I absolutely can't stand Adobe now. I really can't, and I haven't for about... I'm Snow White 1. Nice. When did they stop allowing people to buy the program outright? I remember when Flash was in a crash-prone piece of shit. Yeah. Whenever they did that's when they were like a decade at least. Yeah, that's when I was completely like, I am never buying anything Adobe again or supporting anything Adobe again. Now, the problem I have here is for Adobe, whose base, its user base, is artists for the most part. Implementing AI across the ecosystem is kind of a slap in the face. All right? Because they already have things where it's like you can generate your own art, you can generate your backgrounds, you can generate this, blah, 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 blah. You can do a lot of stuff. And yeah, some of the AI-assisted tools, like taking out the background and stuff, yeah, you know, you don't want to sit there with a little trace tool trying to get it out there. I get that. That's menial stuff. But as this goes across all ecosystems, there is going to be less and less creative input that needs to be put in by artists. And then you're going to have an influx of people thinking art is easy because Adobe with AI is going to make it easier. All right. So artists are going to be few and far between now. And I'm just saying it, man. It's like very rarely do you even see artists use pen and paper anymore. Everybody uses a pad. Everybody uses a app, whatever. You know, like that's what I'm a tablet. And everything is kind of digital. They don't pick the ink. They choose the brush that's available to them. They don't mix the inks. They don't mix the paints. They don't do anything like that, you know. And I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying as technology has progressed, there's no need to be doing all that. But now as technology is progressing even more, there's going to be less need for artists to do particular things or even have the knowledge to do certain things. You know, same thing happened with photographers. Photographers were all about film, developing the film. There was an art to developing film. Lighting was important, all that stuff, f-stops, shutter speeds, all this crap. Now it doesn't matter. You could just do all that in post. Yeah, just take a picture. I'll make it look good in the computer. Like, that's just a thing. What's keeping you from accessing your files? What? Xbox was so good with Photoshop and Illustrator. Why can't you just keep apps we like? Yeah. The thing is, okay, if you don't pay the subscription when it comes to accessing your files, if your files are stored on the cloud, which a lot of people do now because they just take for granted that it's there. Okay. Never do that. Assume the cloud will be destroyed. Always have an offline backup all the time, every day, every single day, forever. Okay. Let me snooze this one ad just so I can get through my thought. All right. So the thing about that is if you are strictly have all your content online, when your Adobe subscription lapse, basically the space that they give you shrinks greatly. And they give you a little bit of time to get those files off the cloud. But if you don't, they start deleting them and they go away, gone forever. So if you don't have the money to maintain your subscription and you don't have the forethought to take all your stuff off the cloud, your work is literally behind a paywall and will be deleted. So at least that's from my understanding. Of course, I don't use Adobe because fuck them. Use anything else, Krita, GIMP, look for open source software. There's billions of them. Okay. Adobe was cool back in the day. Now they're like, you know, I hate them. So yeah, it's kind of, I really feel bad for like every couple of weeks, you know, traditional artists just get another slap in the face, you know, where it's just like, oh, well, we're doing this now and we don't need that anymore. And we're doing this now. And, a lot of people are getting replaced by it too. Like artists in general. And when it comes to gaming and making assets and stuff like that, Don had a good analogy where it's like, because, what was it? What was the company that said they were going to implement AI a little bit? Microsoft, for gaming, supposedly to do menial tasks. Same thing with Kojima said it would be good to offload some of that menial work that the creatives don't want to do. Now, here's the thing. Don had a good analogy where it's like, okay, if you have an artist who's working on assets for a game, and you're like, okay, what we need is, we need like 10 different apples. You know, just random assets in the background. We need a bunch of cups. We need just assets, tables, chairs, all that other stuff. They're going to get that. They're going to get AI to do that. Because at a certain point, unless you're an artist really into drawing tables and chairs, it's annoying work. It's menial work that is not very creative. So the concept of what is considered creative artwork and what should be offloaded to AI is going to slowly, well, who wants to do 30 apples? Who wants to do, 12 variations of a banana? Who wants to do 2 different toasters? Let AI do that, right? I was released professionally, but I spent days and weeks on something. The real art I did. Yeah, that's the thing. There's joy in actually creating the art. But I don't know how much joy people who make assets for games get. There was always crunch time. There's always too much work, that kind of thing. So eventually that will happen, whether people want to admit it or not. And it's going to get worse, texture artists, or some of them are absolutely amazing, but that's going to be offloaded too. They're going to be like, yeah, why are we going to have somebody etching all these weird things? We'll just get a pattern done by blah, blah, there you go. That's it. You know, and then eventually it's going to be lighting. It's going to be all this other stuff. There's a lot of AI lighting now in games, you know, dynamic stuff, ray tracing and all that other stuff, but they're used to have actual artists do that. But, you know, whatever with that. So I don't know how the future is going to progress. And I always say the best thing to do is have an original IP because it's yours, you know. And you can create stuff, even if you're not great with art, you can always use AI to make things, you know, that may not be pertinent to what you're doing, but, you know, you might need tables or background. And, you know, not for nothing, people don't even know this. This happens a lot in manga. This has been happening in manga. You know, all the backgrounds and stuff that they have in mangas, like the pictures of the schools and the slice of life animes, the lockers, the cars, all that really detailed stuff. They have a library of that they just drag and drop into the panels. I would say at least 50% of the time. Do you think the person working on this is redrawing that school each time? No. Like if you look into it, it's been implemented for quite some time, just nobody says anything about it. Artists want to focus on the characters and what's going on. The background environments are sometimes secondary to them. So they'll just take a stock image, throw it back there. We had, what was it, Manga Studio. It's an art program from back in the day. Do you know how many assets were in there? Here, you need a chair, you need this, you need textures, there you go. Blah, 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 blah. It was like this whole thing. This was about 10, 15 years ago. I forget, but I was astounded by how much not drawing I had to do. And this was just side experimenting stuff. So it's been going on forever. Ad is going to run. It'll give me a chance to move around anyway. So, but I will call something. Let's see. What happened? I know something happened with a mic. I didn't hit it with my face, but I did hit it. Oh, no, it doesn't count then. All right. I got to hit it with my face. Damn it. All right. Ads are going to run. Let me just be back. I'll be back in like a minute. Like the ads might be longer though. But I've been drinking a lot of coffee, so I'll need a minute. All right. Be right back.
Music sucks. You ever notice how today's music is about as soulless as a fembot? I mean, what's happened to the raw passion, the gut-wrenching emotion that used to define a great song? It's like we traded in genuine talent for shiny post-processing and auto-tune. And hey, for all the effects you're using, you're not making beautiful music. You're making a mockery of it. Back in the day, you had artists pouring their hearts out on stage, belting out lyrics that spoke to the very core of the human experience. You could feel the pain in their voices, the joy, the anger, the sorrow. It was like they were bearing their souls for all the world to see. But now, we've got these so-called musicians hiding behind a wall of digital effects, tweaking every note and pitch until it's as sanitized and sterile as an operating room. And the lyrics, oh my God. Remember when songs actually meant something? When they told stories, tackled important issues, or just made you feel something deep down in your soul? Now, it's all about materialism, superficiality, and partying like there's no tomorrow. I mean, how many songs do we need about drinking in the club and shaking your butt on the dance floor? No one cares. It's shallow, it's overdone, it's terrible, it's boring. Give me something with substance. But perhaps the most egregious offense of current music is this obsession with perfection. You've got these producers and engineers spending hours in the studio ironing out every little imperfection until the music is as polished and shiny as a diamond. But you know what? Imperfection is what gives music its humanity. It's the cracks in the pavement, the rough edges, the flaws that make it real. The overproduced soundscapes, ear-piercing sound effects, it's like they're trying to compensate for the lack of substance with a barrage of noise and distraction. Maybe they won't notice the song sucks if we have a bunch of girls with big butts dancing around in the video. Nah, I notice. It sucks. So, to musicians out there, stop hiding behind sound effects, auto-tune, and gimmicks. Strip away all the overproduced nonsense and show us what you're really made of. Because until you do, you're not making music, you're making noise. And trust me, there's already more than enough noise out there. We don't need more of it. Get good. Or maybe you never were.
Interrupt the squirrel. Boom. Yeah, he could yell at me later. All right. What? Oh my god. Whatever, dude. Damn, this mic is just all up in my face. It's like I keep hitting it with the pen for some reason. I don't know. Oh. No note. Thank you. Hank gifted a sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who got it? Nautical Razor. Nice. Thank you. Boop. And I also wanted to do something. Let's see, what do we got? That one's long. All right, we'll do that. Just in case. Boop. All right. All right, so short of it, Adobe can go to hell. I can't deal with them anymore. It's just, they're rude. All right. YouTube strengthens age restriction for violent video game content. Oh, maybe this is the other article. I wonder if it's done by a different person here. All right, let's see. All right, what's going on here? This is a little tiny, right? Okay. YouTube has said further censor. I like they use the word right out the gate. Look at that. Look what they do. Look, YouTube is set to further censor certain content on the platform as it is updating its policies to age restrict more content showing graphic violence in video games. Here we go, chat. Here we go. We are of the age now. Video games are ruining the youth, you know? We're in satanic panic mode. But with video games. Oh, God. All right. So here we go. As stated by the platform's latest announcement post. Oh, I should probably look at that. YouTube will be strengthening enforcement of its community guidelines around online gambling and graphic violence in gaming starting 17th. Okay, now it's under 8. Okay. Meaning that accounts under 18 or users who are not signed in will not be able to view gaming videos featuring realistic human characters partaking in scenes of torture or mass violence against non-combatants. But that's the best part of games. This is what stops me from doing it in real life. My outlet. Don't take my outlet away. Oh, God. Like, what? All right. YouTube will take into account several factors when determining if a piece of content should be age restricted. Well, I wish they did that with us. You know, maybe cartoon shouldn't be considered realistic issue, whatever. I'm one of those people that will hold a grudge till the day I die, okay? And that's going to be a problem. Including whether the graphic scene is sustained or if it's zoomed in or is the main focus of the scene. You mean the scene. The post also states that the likeliness of a video game character to a real human will also be evaluated, although it does not provide more specific guidelines for all these factors listed. Oh, that's pretty vague. That's pretty vague, isn't it? It makes it very convenient for them to just be like, well, you know, right, it's got 5 fingers, so that's very human. It's a very human thing to do. I suppose we should just ban this, right? Okay. That's pretty much how they're going to approach it. This update will build upon YouTube's current policies, which states generally we do not remove dramatized violence when the content or metadata lets us know that the content is fictional, or when it's apparent from the content itself, such as with animated content of video games, but not animated actual content. It has to be in the video games category. Was that my problem? I should have just been in a video game category instead of arts and animation? Was that the issue? Fuck. In addition to stricter censorship of violence in video games, these latest policies will also further crack down on online gambling. I don't care about the online gambling. I really don't. Kevin Lowe, what's up? Look at you with a complete article. Hey, Quentin, you can learn a lot from Kevin Lowe here. I've seen a lot of their articles. They're good. Thank you, Kevin. Ah, God. Complete article. Isn't that nice? Reason number 69, we need a Foamy game. Yeah, so that too can also get, removed from YouTube. Hey, how's it going? All right, here's the thing. American Psycho remake, which I don't think needs a remake, won't be gender swapped or star Margot Robbie after all. Okay. Well, that's good because I feel like we're all kind of sick of the gender swap, the race swap, the time leap, the time bending, whatever kind of thing. Apparently, they're making a remake of American Psycho for some godforsaken reason. I don't even know why they would need to do this or whether are they doing it just to try to get more memes out of it? Like, what the hell is going on here? Why would they do this? It doesn't even make any sense. God, it's Hollywood is just. Yeah, see, American Psycho is not a movie that needs a remake. Why? Christian Bale did such a good job. Yeah, I know, but we could get somebody else to do it and, not have to hire people to do more scripts or whatever. A person issued this besides the Sun stating that the leading role of film. Okay, so blah, 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 blah. The latest development, the upcoming film is set to be a faithful adaptation to the original 1991 novel by Bret Easton Ellis, which gained infamy at the time for its graphic violence and serial killer protagonist. YouTube, serial killer protagonists, they look very human to me. Very human. I don't know. You should probably ban all their content. God. The original 2000 American Psycho film, helmed by Mary Harron, starred Bale as an investment banker turned serial killer, Patrick, blah, 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 blah. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Kevin Lowe again, complete article. All right. No official word has been announced yet who will play. Okay, so nobody knows. There you go. Hollywood is complacent from his past success. I don't remember this coming out and actually being very successful. I don't know what its, box office poll was, but made me reappreciate Huey Lewis, though. What the fuck did Xbox do now? Next gen Xbox is rumored to be a console PC hybrid able to run PlayStation games via Steam. So PC.
Nah, Bale nailed the troll. Even the writer of the original book said he was creeped out by Bale's portrayal. You can't one-up that.
Yeah. Well, they're going to try. Just don't get Jared Leto, okay? Please. That is all I ask. Like, everything he touches is box office death. Like, everything. Was there a movie that he was in that actually worked? Because they're casting him in another movie, and people are like, no. I forget what it was. Leto was in the original? He was? Oh, my God. I don't even remember that. I guess Christian Bale's performance outdid him. Okay, well, I'm saying starring. You can't have him star in anything. First Xbox was just a PC running a special version of Windows. Yeah, well, apparently they're trying to go back to that, but, you can run Steam. All right, here's the thing. This is a good concept if it's financially accessible. But from everything that I've heard, it's going to be a premium console, which premium means expensive. So for that, you might just want to get a PC. Yeah, it sounds like Apple, right? Yeah, pretty much. That's what we're thinking of. I don't know if anybody has this. What is this? This is a Rogue Ally? Yeah, Xbox Ally. So, yeah. Kevin Lowe again. Look at that. See, Quentin. Learn from Lowe. All right. This crying sack of crap. Not Adam Driver, just the character. Adam Driver, if you're watching this, I'm not getting on you. I'm getting on the character, which was poorly written. Disney rejected Adam Driver and Steven Soderbergh's Ben Solo Star Wars sequel. Wow, Disney said something right. Because I don't want to watch a whole movie of this guy crying about him not being, it's Skywalker bitch syndrome, okay? Every Skywalker's a little whiner. Said it numerous times. So I'm glad this didn't become a movie. What was it supposed to be called? Like, please, Son of Han Solo, turned down by Disney. Okay, good. Good. What else we got? Speaking of Associated Press, Oscar-nominated actor detailed his plans for the sequel film, which was set up to place takes after 2019's The Rise of Skywalker. I'd been talking about doing another one since 2021. Kathleen Kennedy had reached out. I always said, with a great director and a great story, I'd be there in a second. I love that character and love playing him, he revealed. You loved playing him? You like being whiny and crying all the time that you're not as evil as you should be? Okay. Driver then took the idea to filmmaker Steve Soderbergh, Ocean's Trilogy, franchise. Okay, all right, whatever. Essentially, they're not making it. Hey, this guy was still fun, though. Unlimited power. Okay. What are you going to do? Everybody ease up on Star Wars for a bit. Ugh. Okay, this. Boom. Comes out today. I haven't played it, but not played it. Watched it. Unfortunately, it's on Disney. I don't got the Disney now, all right? Or at least I don't think we do. I think Dawn, it lapsed, right? She keeps track of all that. Disney Twisted Wonderland, the animation. All right, it's anime. It's a take on the Wonderland aspect of things. I don't know if it's any good, but hey, comes out today. It's probably going to be kind of spooky. Lost in a dark fairy tale realm, you and Rose at a magical academy. Oh, fuck this. Really? Another magical academy? How many magical academies are there in the world of anime? They're fucking everywhere. Everybody's walking around with a wand like it's a walking stick. What the fuck? The manga series was so good. I don't know. Then there you go. You're going to be the authority to do a compare and contrast then. Because I didn't even read the manga thing. I knew it was out, but yeah. Well, it comes out today, so good luck? Question mark. The Witcher. Oh God, comes out tomorrow. Season 4. The Witcher season 4 without the dude, bro. He's not in it. They got Thor's brother here. Liam Hemsworth. Yeah. So yeah. That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. So if you wanted closure for The Witcher, then Outer Worlds 2. That came out today. Outer Worlds 2. All right. The thing is made by Obsidian Entertainment, which actually is usually pretty good with their games. They did, I think they were the one that did Fallout New Vegas. Dawn really liked the first Outer Worlds. She's probably going to play Outer Worlds 2 after spooky season. So, yeah, it's basically a sci-fi thing, but it's got humor. And I like humor, you know? The manga series is so good. Yeah, happy to do it. Yeah, there you go. Boop, boop, boop. So, I don't know. People might be into it. They might not. Well, it comes out PlayStation, Xbox, everywhere. Okay, good. So, yeah, all right. Hopefully it'll be good. This thing, Adorable Mini Monsters. Ideal. 1965. Okay, here's the weird thing. Okay. These weird little creepy toys, right? These came out freaking 65. There was something about the 60s, all right? Like the mid-60s. And I think it was 65. You had Addams Family, The Munster, Vampira. There was a lot of spooky crap happening. Addams Family, right? Addams Family? Yeah. In the mid-60s, horror hosts and stuff like that. I don't know what the hell was going on. 50s was more sci-fi, I think. You know, it's like aliens and all that other weird stuff. But the 60s had this weird sweet spot of just bizarre horror stuff. And I'm like, what? You don't see a lot of horror toys now unless they're like those collectible things where they make a Funko of, you know, Jason Voorhees or something. But this was just like regular stuff. It's like, this is for your kid, your baby. Look at that. You want a little baby Frankenstein? Look, a little Vampy. It's literally called Vampy. Look, I'm Vampy. I'm Dracky. I'm Wolfie. I'm Frankie. These are basically monster babies for your child to take care of. That's crazy to me. The closest we got in recent history was like Monster High, which is like the horror version of Bratz, you know? Crazy. There you go. I know, but I feel like there should be more of this weird crap. Yeah. Do you have all the adorable monsters? No, I don't. I probably wouldn't want them either. If I saw them in a thrift store, I'd pick them up, but I don't know, man. Something about the mid-'60s. Everybody was happy in horror. It was more fun. Van Helsing. Dude, we got to see half of this relatively recently. We got to watch the other half of it. I mean, we've seen it before, but this was actually good. We like going back and watching it. I was like, this isn't bad. This was like a good horror action film. Wolverine's in it. Underworld lady's in it. Kate Beckinsale, what there was, dude, the guy who plays Dracula, I don't know who that was, but that guy is he's got a good sinister quality to that performance. He's like very sinister, and I want to say he did better acting than what was required of him for that role. Like it was good. It was good. He was a good Dracula, So yeah, if you're bored and you want to watch a horror but something a little bit actiony, then there you go. I think we had another thing. There you go, Monster Squad. So since it's Hollywood, hold on. Halloween, time I want to ask a question. I know this is a beloved film of the childhood, and reboots are generally not a good idea. That said, I think this movie is prime for a reboot or sequel. All right, for people who have seen Monster Squad, do you think this needs 1, a reboot, or 2, a sequel? A reboot or a sequel? And this is always a fun watch. Like even if you have kids, it's a little scary, but it's not gonna, your kids aren't gonna pass out from fear. But this is a decent movie. There's some adult humor in there. 3, neither. No, but like, okay, if you had to pick one, you're Hollywood, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna make this. So what do you want to do? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't want to do a reboot. I would rather them try to do a sequel, and then maybe bring back some of the characters. Because now those kids could be old scary German guy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you can kind of link it. And if they do it right, then it could kind of work. Kind of like the Hocus Pocus approach, I guess, that legacy sequel, prequel, Monster Squad. That was the first 10 minutes of the film. That was your prequel. But I think we need a good horror movie like this, like something fun and spooky that, is still a little edgy. I mean, it's dated by today's standards, like you watch it, there's just so much camp in it, and that's fine because it's a product of its time. But I don't think a lot of younger people of a certain age are really going to be gravitating towards this, but younger would probably like it. Yeah. I can call it the new Monster Squad or the real Monster Squad, like Ghostbusters had to do because it was stupid. That was unbelievable. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather them do a sequel rather than a reboot. Reboots always feel like they're ruining the original. And if they do like a legacy sequel, then you can just ignore that sequel exists, So, yeah. At least that's my take on it. Let's get some coffee. Boop. Oh, she don't have coffee. Probably drink some water. Drink some water. Oh, dude, give me that hairstyle. That's cool. Boop. All right. Well, hopefully if they do anything, they don't ruin it. But I haven't heard any news about it. They had the, well, there was actually a documentary about it called Wolfman's Got Nards. And I think if you got the 4K, it comes with that documentary as like a supplemental Blu-ray. Yeah. So there is a 4K of this, surprisingly enough. Boop. New album came out. Rush to LimeWire. I like looking at these things because I like to figure out what people were wasting their time downloading during the era of 56K. All right, you got Outkast. You got them franchise boys. They misspelled boys. Guess they went to public school. Musical, Rent. They were downloading the Rent musical? Oh, come on, guy. Afro Man, Jay-Z, 70s and 80s music. Lil Wayne, Chingy, Tupac, Eminem, D12 and Eminem, Techno, Abercrombie and Fit. Really? MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice. That can't be a real thing. House music techno. You know, just delete your hard drive. I was kind of hoping it'd be something fun here. There's like, with the exception of Eminem there, I'm just like, I don't care about any of it. Ugh. Ugh. And there I was ripping off Metallica. This is an example of toys design not well thought out, or thought out to the extent of being a troll. Who let this pass? Who said, that's good. That's good placement for the straw. Like, okay, I don't know if you know how toy design works. Somebody comes up with a concept. They have a procedure. They make it. They got a little prototype, stuff like that. It goes around. Yeah, it gets approved. Oh, I don't like that. Change that. Okay, bring it back. This made it through manufacturing. This made it through manufacturing. This is Disney. Oh my God, dude, like who thought this was a good idea? This is just such terrible design. It really is. And you could just look at it and just be like, who thought this was good? Like, who puts the straw right there? No, I'm not touching it. I'm just saying it's as far as the proportions go here, right? Good, thanks for blocking that. All right. Spock, you got to roll equal to or greater than 3. Come on. 3. Hard battle. Doopy 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 doop. A 1. Now you have to drink from the straw of shame. Okay. That's oh my God. What? Dude. I was like 3. I didn't go with that. I knew that was going to happen. It was like, yeah, 3. It's easy, right? Oh, good. All right. Toy designers, think before you produce. Also goes for kids. Boop. What else we got here? Hubie Halloween. Now, here's the thing. I saw this movie. I didn't care for it. Now, is this to some people considered that Halloween thing that you're going to watch? Because a lot of people are starting to go back to this. Anytime there's like a Halloween movie, there's always somebody who goes back to this. You know what's weird about this poster? It looks like the Drew Struzan guy. Yeah, the guy who just passed away recently. I don't see his signature on it. Really? No, hold on, let me look. No, this is very Drew Struzani, you know? Doesn't, you know, the guy who does the Indiana Jones posters, Star Wars, and all that other stuff? This looks very much like it. But, you know, back in the day, they weren't allowed to sign their work, but they could later years. People actually expected it. No, I don't see no signature, man. Oh, yo, that sucks. So basically somebody ripped off the style, right? Before he died. All right, okay, that's good. I thought Hoobie was stupid but fun. I thought it was very stupid. I mean, it's, you know, if you go into expecting dumb Sandler, you're going to get dumb Sandler. I don't know if this is something I got to go back to every year, but the same year this came out, what was it? Spirit Halloween came out. So yeah, we watched that too. And then the other one with Wayans in it. Was it Damon Wayans? Marlon Wayans? One of the Wayans brothers. That one was okay too. I think that was on Amazon. I don't even really remember. You know, after a while. But, yeah. I don't know if I got to go back to this every year. I know, again, some people like it. But no, that's... If you can deal with Adam Sandler during the holidays, then there's your Halloween Sandler. Ugh. This guy. Look, I did my first jack-o'-lantern. This good. This is your first one. The first one ever. This is your first jack-o'-lantern? Really? Really? It's a little sus. This is the first one. You know, I just figured I'd try it. I'd give it a go. Really? The first one? This is my first ever jack-o'-lantern. Really? And I'm a little skeptical there. A little skeptical. Because this is like a little bit better than I expect for a first try. You know what I'm saying? But it is good, you know, and, you know, every year we do go through a lot of the Halloween Reddits just to see if anybody's upping their game. And for all the pumpkins we saw, this was one of the better ones, you know, not bad for your first try, allegedly. Yeah. What else we got here? That's creepy as hell. Dude, this guy's cool. Look at him. That is so cool. Way better than the one I've carved. All right. This is great. No, it's not good. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, that guy. Right. Well, at least somebody's putting effort into it. Go.
That is pro-level pumpkin carving if I ever saw it.
Right? Yeah, we do pretty standard pumpkins. We don't get crazy. Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Speaking of Ghostbusters, here's the thing. Now, you and Dawn were having this conversation. You know how, like, every Halloween, there's a bunch of horror things to watch, right? They're everywhere. There are streaming channels and all this other stuff. It doesn't matter what time of the year, you can find horror movies. Everywhere, right? Now, this is going to be one of those back in the day things. Back in the day, right? When you only had television. I mean, I'm talking before cable even, right? Dude. When Halloween came around, they actually had movie marathons. Like some channels would actually take a whole day off and just show horror movies. You know, fine, they're edited for television, stuff like that. But it was such a cool thing because there wasn't horror anywhere else. You couldn't find horror because at the time, there was no cable, there's no internet, there's none of that crap. But a singular network would say, you know what? Let's just play a bunch of horror movies. And it was like, oh my God, they're doing a horror movie marathon. It was actually a big deal, right? And they did that with cartoons because, like, oh, Ghostbusters Save Halloween, that was a special. Dude, this was on at 7:30 at night. This was prime time, okay? 7:30 at night. And I think we had another tab for something else. Look. They had a Halloween special for Pac-Man. I didn't even know that was a thing. A Halloween special for Pac-Man. I forgot there was even a cartoon. But there was a Halloween, quote-unquote, special. What did the ghosts dress up as? People? Like, what? Go.
New Year's Twilight's own marathon on the Sci-Fi Channel. Anybody?
Exactly. I think they still do that, right? I don't have cable, so I don't know. Yeah, there was that thing where they would just Twilight Zone the whole day. You know, and a lot of now you can find it anywhere. So it doesn't have that impact anymore. And I feel like that's one of those things like you and Dawn were discussing. There's this lack of specialness that happens when a whole network at the time, and there weren't a lot of them, you could just sit and watch horror movies, you know, just a whole day. and it put importance on it. You know, you actually cared about it. And if you were a horror kid at the time, it was like, this is my time. You know, but now it's like, yo, it could be Christmas. Everyone's sitting down at Christmas dinner. You could be watching a horror movie marathon on your phone through Netflix. You know, just queue up a bunch of stuff on your watch list. Yeah, whatever. You know, it doesn't have that importance. It's available all the time. It's kind of like music. Music doesn't have it as much of an impact or importance because it's readily available to everyone. You know, nobody cares. It's just like, yeah, whatever. You know, I know. So, you know, when you talk to a lot of the older folks who are like, well, it was just better back then. Yeah, because you actually cared about stuff. Now, nobody cares about anything. Boop. This guy found this in a freaking Salvation Army. Look at him. Little Karak guy. That zoomed in a lot. Look at him. How much was he? $4. Look, from the Zelda. Bro, I never find these things. Not even in the game. Bro. I have a coworker that does that at work and gets mad when they're interrupted because she has to work. Yeah, that is a problem. Isn't that always the biggest thing? Damn it, I'm trying to watch movies. Make me do work. It's like, that's what you're here for. Come on, dude. I don't know. I never find these things in thrift stores. But I thought it was cool. Boop. Oh, there you go. Look. My handmade Pokemon plush. Nintendo. Somebody's doing something better than you. Somebody made a spooky, not Pikachu. I forget the name of this one. Doodle Chew, whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, but he's got a little pumpkin on his head and stuff like that. I thought this was done well. Look, this is handcrafted. Look at that. Little squiggly eyes. I'll mimic you. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Yeah, but that's pretty good. Look at that. I appreciate the craftsmanship. I also like the pumpkin. Nice. Nintendo. I know you're unoriginal according to the Japanese, patent office, but you could learn from other people about what to make. You know? Not steal, I said. Make. What a glorious day. Boop. I just like this GIF. I saw it and I just want to look at it. This is literally my face when I run out of coffee. That's so cool. All right, so let's have coffee. Oh, God. Is that spicy? I don't know. I'll assume one of these is spicy. Yeah. Wow, I didn't get any sense. Wow. All right. Yeah. Oh, man. I kind of wish they would bring this kind of zaniness back to cartoons. There were a couple of them that tried to do it, like Rick and Morty got a little weird.
Apple. Apples are tree babies.
I didn't know!
Thank you. Use what? Sweater Puppy is part of your input? No, I don't. The problem is I put the word large in there. And sometimes when I say large cup or large coffee or large pumpkins, it ends up inflating the pumpkin, but not the right part. Gets, you know what I'm talking about. What was the other cartoon that tried to be a little zany like this? A Smile Company or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, it's a little zany, but it's not this. For some reason, this is just like over the top. But what is this game? These are those games that are on cassettes. The thing is, I never get to see these things. Grid bugs. Kapow. Look, it says Kapow on it. It literally says Kapow. What is this? MZ700? Sharp software. Wow, that's a little redundant. Smiling Friends. There you go. Thank you. like, God, I just want to find one of these. I never find them because I very rarely see cassettes in thrift stores and stuff like that. I'm not going on eBay and paying money for any of this. It's just, I find it interesting that there were games on cassettes. No, we showed a couple of the other ones. It was like Howard the Duck. They had games on cassette that you actually put in a thing, and it was just like click, and then you play it. It's bizarre. Grid bugs from Tron? I have no idea. Boop. What the hell is this, and where do I find this? Look, this is a mod. The NES Boy Advance. Look. NES Lite mod. Dude, this thing is freaking cool. Look at that, the little screen on there. What the hell, dude? It looks nice. Look at that. Look at that. It's very convenient. You can play all the games on there. This is pretty cool. Cassette games are a home computer thing. Yeah, I have a home computer. Look at that. What is this? Upper part is 3D designed, and I can barely read it on the screen. An aim to resemble a bit of the NES controller with a DSi screen, but higher normal. What? Can't read that? Resolution, double speaker. Okay. Nintendo, somebody's doing something cooler than you. So what do we got? We got a volume wheel on the right. Nice. Power switch left. Headphone jack bottom. Ooh, a headphone jack. Wow. 3D design and printed back holes in the Xbox 360 trigger. What? Dude, they got trigger buttons. Let's go. Game Boy Advance cart slot. Look at that. Oh, God, look at that. Oof. The inside. Oh, that's a little messy, but gets the job done. Holy crap. NES Lite, no OG NES button, PCB inside, held by screws, 3D printed parts. Wow. See, this is the thing. This is the cool thing about like 3D printed modders and all that other stuff. This is absolutely crazy. Dude, that comes together real nice too. That's awesome. That deserves a good job. Good job. That's amazing. See, we need more mod people like this. Holy crap, dude. Nice. All right, well, know that people can do this. Wow. Carving a jack-o'-lantern, eating Chinese food at the same time? That's crazy. If you have leftover Chinese food, especially if it's noodles, you can have it coming out of the pumpkin's mouth. It looks like he's puking. See. Scream 7, the first trailer for slasher sequel, rumored to be released just in time for Halloween. They're making another Scream. Making another Scream. Another Scream, chat. After initially being rumored to screen ahead of what screen rights. Okay, I don't care. Okay, so yeah, that's happening, I guess. I don't know if I care about another Scream. It was kind of cool. They had like 1 and 2 were all right. 3 was kind of okay. And then it got like a little ridiculous. And then they brought it back. And I was like, oh, wow, they brought it back. And I was like, all right, here's another one. Okay, good. Here's another one. All right. That's a lot, you know? I haven't seen the last 2 releases. I saw the last one. And I was underwhelmed. That was the one with Jenna Ortega, right? Yeah. I was like, I mean, it was okay. But, you know, it's best. Speaking of Scream, Steam Scream. All right, here's the thing. There's a horror, like for horror games, Steam's actually got a sale going on, so that's actually kind of cool. Watch your back for discounts on spooky, creepy, and dark games now through November 3rd at 10 a.m. So, spooky games. I mean, basically anything with a zombie in it. Oh, look at that. Yo, Vampire Survivors. We were just talking about that. $3.49. Could things stop just playing automatically? Jeez. What do we got? Rogue Trader. I mean, yeah, we're not signed in, so they're not showing all the stuff. Go.
It was perfect as a trilogy. It didn't need any more sequels.
Yeah, well, you know how Hollywood is. Oh, we don't need anything? Make more. Yeah. Phasmophobia, Rogue Trader. Thank you. Look outside. Yeah, that's why I don't go outside. I look before I leap. So, no, that's happening. Boop. What is this? Why is this open? Maximum Monster Mash. Joining the Mad Monster Party? Question mark. This Halloween. This was, yeah, Mad Monster Party was this weird stop motion thing. I think it was made by the same people who did Rudolph. It's because people keep watching them. Of course, it's a franchise. You know how it is. You got to monetize that franchise until it gets destroyed, and then you put it on hiatus and then bring it back. This was kind of a weird thing, and I felt like, I don't know if I liked this. I liked all the character designs, and I liked the concept of it, but I think Phyllis Diller in it kind of threw me off. Yeah, maybe the same people did Christmas specials, yeah. It was all right. It was all right. It was great. God, this came out in 67 too? What was it about the mid-60s, bro? God, where's Doc Brown when you need him? I feel like I want to go back in time and just figure out what was going into Zeitgeist and making spooky crap. God. Dude, that's like absolutely insane to me. You know, because we were just talking about 65, 66, 67. Yeah. Huh. All right. Yeah, so no, that's the thing. If you like stop motion, you had this Boris Karloff looking guy, which I think was actually Boris Karloff. Did he actually do it? Boris Karloff. Yeah, Phyllis Diller. There you go. Hey, it was Boris Karloff. Oh, wait. But the absence of Boris Karloff. Wait, there was another one? Mad Monster Party. Let's see. In which the monsters attended the wedding of a Frankenstein monster and his bride at the Transylvania Astoria Hotel. Alan Swift returned to the voice of the monster. Wait, are they making another one? No, it says Boris Karloff. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, don't make another one. Perfect entertainment for the whole family, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they're just saying, oh, wow, that's great. Okay. Mid-60s was pretty much of an era. Fuck it, do whatever. It seems that way. Like, I'm just wondering why we don't have that now. I mean, we have that on the internet, but it's just garbage. You know? Like, I generally don't find a lot of stuff on the internet to be very entertaining or not brain rot. Pixelated time loop horror. Ooh, look at that. It's loop error. Dude, this is some weird retro-y crazy crap, man. Called loop error. I know what it is. Apparently it's a it's a horror game. What do we got here? Why is it? Oh, there it is. What are you doing? Let me see this. What's going on? Let's say no autoplay. An ordinary task on an ordinary night. Oh God, look at this. Dude, this looks like one of those games. Bloop, bloop. Say no, say yes. Oh, so you got to make choices? Dude, what was that other game that had that kind of very pixely thing? What was it, World of Horror? Supposed to look like a Junji Ito game? Wishlist on Steam. Yeah, well, you know, I don't know if it's any good. Don't force me. Oh, look at that. It just says it right there. Look. Pixel art reminiscent of World of Horror. Let's go. Let's go. What is this, Amazon service? This thing. All right, this thing is this was a very interesting game from what I've seen people play. And I still have my wish list. This thing never goes down in price. The lowest I think I've seen it for is like $14.99. Yeah, so inspired by a lot of Junji Ito art, there's so much going on there. They opened it up for modding, from what I understand. So there is a workshop for it where people make up their own things, and it's pretty bizarre. So if you like Junji Ito stuff and stuff inspired by, then I guess this is for you. I have World of Horror. It's actually pretty good. Nice, cool. Boop. There we go. So no, that's happening. And what? Loop error, just in case. So if you like that, then you might like loop error. Oh, here we go. Okay. John Carpenter. All right, this guy, horror bro. The Horror Maestro's October 31st show will be broadcast to the world. All right, yo. What's that station doing this? John Carpenter's partying with Bloody Disgusting and Veeps.com for what? One night only global broadcast live stream from downtown LA. Oh, God, I hope he survives. No, he's going to have to escape from LA. Downtown, especially, that place is jacked. Halloween night, allowing fans all across the world to experience John Carpenter's mini tour that has marked his first public performance since 2018. 11 p.m. 11 p.m. on Halloween. All right. Okay. All right. All right. All right. On Friday, October 31st, John Carpenter Live Halloween from Los Angeles will feature John Carpenter on stage with longtime collaborator Cody Carpenter and Daniel Davies performing Halloween and The Thing, director's most iconic theme and fan favorites, including original music from the Lost Themes album on Halloween night. So this is kind of cool. Where the hell is this happening? First ever music and residency, downtown LA, blah, 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 Screenbox. Yeah. Okay. So ticket access for live streams will be available, fans globally, Veeps.com and Screenbox. Okay. So basically you got to pay to watch this. I mean, I get it. It's John Carpenter. But that's kind of cool, dude. You know, because I don't do concerts anymore. All right. Because who wants to deal with that? You know, the people and stuff like that. Halloween, John Carpenter. I'm interested, though. I don't know how much tickets are. All right, well, if you have Screenbox, you can just deal with it. So, I don't know. I don't have Screenbox. Oh, get out of here, your things. No, it's happening. Monster Mash. They did the mash, chat. They did the Monster Mash. Okay, but here's the thing. It's not just a song. It's, oh, God. It's, it's going to be an animated film. Yes, the one song that everyone listens to on Halloween is now going to be an animated film because we've run out of 1960s. Look, the 1960s tune. They did the mash. They did the Monster Mash. Yeah, so Deadline reports that Miramax has optioned the rights to Monster Mash, the hit 1960s tune that often is considered one of the biggest Halloween songs of all time, for adaptation as an animated film. We are optioning songs to be animated films. What the hell is happening in this world? This is absolutely astounding. This is unbelievable. Hold on, I got to refresh a page. Ugh. Like, who does this? Oh my God, Fangoria. The effort is spearheaded by Miramax CEO Jonathan Glickman, who's had a hand in creating other Halloween-related projects for the company, including Netflix, Wednesday, and the animated Addams Family movies. As long as it wasn't the second one. The second one sucked. Okay? But at least, all right, at least they have a track record. They have a track record. Okay? It's a track record. Let's go. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Addams Family animated movie. The first one was all right. Second one I didn't like. And Wednesday series is all right. First season is better than the second. Yeah. So nothing set in stone, but God. All right. Coming in 2030. Chicken Dance, the movie. Oh, God. Can we just find a bunch of dances now and just make them into movies? We're really running out of ideas. Like, we really are. This is getting absolutely sick. And not in a good way. Not cool, bro. I can imagine the Macarena as a horror movie. You think they'll do that? They'll do like the Banana Splits thing. Banana Splits, old 70s, 60s, 70s show that they turned into a horror movie. But they'll do that with the Macarena. You know, and you can kind of hear it. Macarena. You know, and they're creeping up on you, and you can't get the song out of your head, and your head explodes. Let's see. Apparently, Mr. Lobo doesn't like the Monster Mash song. Yeah, I've seen their parody of it. It's pretty good. It's the same old trash. I don't know if we need this, but I'll get. It's spooky, so I'll give it a shot. What the hell's happening here? Star Wars Visions, Volume 3. Yeah, I had a vision that Star Wars was good, and then you fucking shat all over it constantly with everything you ever make. So Star Wars can just fucking drop dead for all I care. Dude, it's one of those franchises. We're up there, right up there with the unoriginal Nintendo, according to the Japanese patent office. Let's see. Well, that's gonna be my new. I gotta get a shirt that says that. Microsoft CEO drops big hint about next Xbox. Yeah, we already know. Ball pit, yeah. Hybrid action. I don't know what else is going on here. Maybe I'll get back to that later. I don't care. Itch.io, right? If you don't know, obviously we have stuff on there, but they have. This is where like a lot of indies get their games on here. They blah, 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 blah. But Halloween sale. So there's a Halloween sale. A lot of indies are putting out their games. They're doing discounts and all that fun stuff. This is good because you know the games are probably going to be mostly spooky, right? Mostly. And discount. And you're helping out indies. So there you go. Halloween launch party. Let's go. Soon. So yeah. God, there's so much stuff. I'm not signed in, so they're probably not going to show all the spicy stuff. There's a lot of spice on itch still. What is this? Make up so close. All right, yeah, I can't get distracted. Leave that open. I want to look at it later. Arc Raiders is a perfect extraction for newbies. I don't like extraction shooters. That's not my thing. It's Tarkov Light. This game has got a lot of hype around it, and I'm wondering if it's going to end up like the game, well, Concord, where it's like going to come out and everyone's going to be like, all right, whatever, shut down the service. There's just some hype about it. I don't know anything about it though. That's the weird thing, and I'm just like, how is this going to fare in the world of everything that's already out there? Maybe that's why there's going to be like this game industry bust for AAA studios, because like there's already so much. Like I don't even know if we need another extraction shooter unless it's bringing something, you know. Embark Studios, is that indie or AAA? What the hell? Let me get some more coffee. Boop. Is there any me normal like in this costume? Because it'd be kind of fun. Oh, I was about to freak out. I thought I ran out of coffee. Oh, this one's good. This one's all designed well with the red in there back there. That's pretty good. Yeah, that is kind of... All right, let's go. Hey, Lost Pixie 1. What's up? Almost out of coffee. Almost. Boop. All right. Arc Raiders, I don't know. Good luck. It's a game I'm never going to play, so if it's... succeeds or fails, I generally don't care. If it's an indie dev, if Embark Studios is indie, then I hope you succeed. If you're a AAA studio, then whatever. I don't care what happens to you. Oh, there you go. There you go. Let's see the horror movies. No. Polygon, right? I don't generally look at all their stuff, but they do have like a 31 Days of Halloween where they recommend like episodes and all that other stuff and movies to watch, which we have not had a chance to watch jack crap the entirety of October. But we lived a spooky life every single day, so, All right, what do we got here? The 2025 Halloween Countdown, 31 Days of Horror to Watch. Okay, I know what we got. We went through a lot of these, so I'm not going to repeat. I think we went through like the first 15 days. We had Omen, The Omen, Night of the Demons. The Thing from Another World, Community episode. Ooh, The Old Dark House. Get electricity, bro. Let's see. Hannibal. Doctor Who, Blink. All right. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Gate. I think this is where we left off. I love these guys. Again, I really like I don't know what it is, and maybe it's because we saw this like a long time ago and we were impressed with it at the time. These weird little creatures are very interesting. And I like them. I really wish there was another Gate movie. The second one was kind of you know. But they could redo the Gate and make it really good. Yeah. A hell of a boss. There you go. Ghost bleepers. Yeah. Yeah, this has got some foul language. How come we don't have a Netflix original? Come on, bro. Wait, what did it say? It's the scariest and horniest episode. Isn't for the faint of heart. What if you don't have a heart? Society. Oh, I remember Society. Yeah. What else we got? Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Yeah. The Trapper. Did they make a movie about those old folders people had in the Trapper Keepers? I don't know. Maybe they optioned Trapper Keepers and they made a movie out of it. I don't know. That's what happens to every old thing. You know? Banana Split, Steamboat Willie, Popeye, Bambi, maybe Trapper Keepers. It's like, that's all it happened. They all turn into horror, you know? The episode of Hell of Us was less horny than one of the Moxie and his family. Really? Okay. So they're overselling it. God. So this guy looks kind of cool. You know, he's a little, looks like a Dead by Daylight character, but what is this, a short? Short fan film. Ugh. Oh, it is Dead by Daylight. Look at that. I was like, Trapper? Okay, there you go. I was like, this looks very Dead by Daylight. Yeah, wow, okay. I lost my body. This eerie animated movie is one of the best kept secrets on Netflix. All right, write it down. I lost my body. Oh, where is it? So is this like a movie about Thing and doesn't know where his body came from? Decades after watching Severed Hands crawling around, what various iterations of Addams Family. Okay, yeah, okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, no, this exists. Bram Stoker's Dracula. The best Dracula movie. It feeds the audience fear and romance in equal measures. Okay, here's the thing. Ad starts in 13 seconds. We'll snooze it because I have a 50% rant on this. 50%. Okay. Half of this movie is very good. And by when I say half, I mean half of the cast. All right? Anthony Hopkins, Gary Oldman, excellent performances. Very good. Top tier. Okay. Winona Ryder. I like Winona Ryder. Not in this. Keanu Reeves. I like Keanu Reeves. Not in this. The problem is those performances unbelievably were so flat that the over-the-top, really good performances of these two, they all balanced out. So it became, to my eyes, it was all right kind of movie. Because every time these, Gary Oldman and Hopkins were on screen, I was like, oh, damn, oh, my God. And then, Keanu Reeves and, Winona Ryder come on. I'm like, oh, I go from this, oh, wow, dude, these guys. Okay. You guys done talking? There was this seesaw of just like, wow, really good acting. Oh, it really is good acting again. And it was frustrating at times where I'm just like, come on, this could have been a lot better. And I don't know what it was directing for those characters, but, Keanu Reeves is good when he's good. And so is Winona Ryder, but just maybe their chemistry didn't click, or I didn't buy them in those parts, if that makes any sense. Gary Oldman was freaking astounding in this. He was so good in it. His British accent will make your ears bleed. Yeah, I didn't buy Winona Ryder's accent either. It was like, oh, John to the Thin, where are you? Oh, God, you're killing me. Just stop. Some of that stuff is painful. It actually is. All right, anyway, In a Violent Nature. Well, that's basically my nature, but I don't know this one. This inventive 2024 slasher will shock and disturb even the most jaded horror fans. I don't think you've met me. What, dude? Corkscrews and kneecaps? I mean, what? Ripping out toenails? Pulling your tongue out slightly just to cut it in half and take half of it off and then leave the other half in there. So you're trying to talk and scream at the same time with blood coming out of your mouth and also ingesting at the same time, but not audibly be able to create words that will actually be emanated into the ethereal world to get other people to help you. What? I mean, nails in your eyes, but not all the way in, just in the side. What? I could probably write a really good grotesque horror movie that would probably get banned in every country. That was supposed to be a British accent. I don't do British accents well. I never thought I could. But Unicorn Wars. Really? The ending of this gruesome animated movie is haunting. Maybe scarring. Yeah, no, it seems all right. Remember, we grew up on Happy Tree Friends, so it's I can't imagine anybody bringing more to the table than that. What? Happy Tree Friends was over the top for the time period. What else we got here? Late Night with the Devil. I hear good things about this. You know? He's got the Mr. Lobo thing in the background. You got to watch the whole movie and nothing but the movie. So help me, Mr. Lobo. Yeah. All right. We got ads running. So let's add it up and get the hell out of here for a second. No, give me a second. I'll get more coffee or water or something I got to do. There was something I had to do. Oh, there you go. I'd, what do you call it with the thing? The little thing. I need another ice pack. It's pretty good. I hear it's really good. You know, people are like, no, man, dude, it's really good. You really watch it. But the problem is it's got like episodes. Where's all my freaking time? I never have free time. Where's my free time, chat? Where is it? Where do you have free time? How do you have free time? What are you doing with it? How do you get to watch these things? I'm not the type of person to do work and put it on in the background because then if it distracts me, I don't get to work. And if I don't like it, I ignore it and I don't watch it. Maybe I should just start doing that. And it's like, if it doesn't grab my attention, then fuck it, right? All right, we'll be right back. About a minute, if that. Where's my be right back screen?
Music that doesn't make me want to puke in my ears just to drown out the noise that I hear because you suck. You all really suck. Can't get enough of earplugs. I literally invested money in a stock of a company that makes earplugs and noise-canceling headphones. I'm just drowning out everything that humanity makes because it's unreal and it's all fake and it sucks.
Dial-up delight. If you've ever had dial-up, there was no fun to be had. The two terms do not work together. Nobody says, wow, this dial-up connection is delightful. I'm so delighted with my internet speeds at 28 to 56K. Yes. You know when you guys are worried about your latency? Oh my God, look at the latency. 22 milliseconds, this connection is crap. Yeah, why don't you try 500 milliseconds? Okay? On a good day. Okay? The white robe on Steve. Are we in a cult? No, we're not. It's a hoodie. This isn't a robe. You want me to get my robe? I'll get my robe. Because I know I'm not going to be able to use this for anything because Dawn is going to play the game. But I, however, am not. Give me 1 second. 3 points for Gryffindor. I got my Harry Potter thing. Yeah, chat. Excitioso. Yeah. Potter. Harry Potter. What? I actually, if I move my hair enough, you can actually see the scar. I put the scar under my hair. I actually did that. I don't know if you can see it, chat. There. But, there. It's there. I can't do that. That's not how this works. 12 points for Gryffindor. Minus 6 points for Gryffindor. Divide that by 7. And then 3. 3.2 points for Gryffindor. Subtract the 0. You don't do that. Dumbledore, what's wrong with you? No points for Gryffindor. Dumbledore, please. You're embarrassing me. I know you knew my parents, but still. 10 million points for Hufflepuff. Why? What did they do? They didn't even show up this semester. 7 points for Slytherin because they're just a bunch of bastards. I always call them Puffalumps. I don't know why. Or right. Interrupting myself. Nice. All right. We're back. Dawn is up and about, so that's good. We're going to make her dinner in a little bit. So, all right. Well, we had dinner. Yeah. We made a turkey meatloaf, which didn't come out terrible, so we're going to make that again. Meatloaf is one of those foods that's always good the next day. Sometimes a little bit better. All right, let's get this guy out of here. Boop. All right, New World content updates are no longer sustainable, Amazon says. Oh, yeah, that was referring later to a previous story. New World is going to be closing. They say servers are going to be up at least till 2027. So you have about a year if you did want to play this. I don't know if you would want to get invested, but who knows? Boop. All right, McDonald's Monopoly game has become an exasperating mess. People are doing everything to collect Monopoly codes to get as much free food as possible. Well, do you blame them? Do you really blame them? You want to know why? Because food's freaking expensive. God. With the government shutdown to let people without pay see SNAP benefits, blah, 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 grocery stores in general, market. Okay, there you go. Here we go. On social media, posts encouraging people to take advantage of the Monopoly promotion if they're struggling right now and in need of free food. There you go. That's definitely the thing. What was the other thing that, oh, there you go. Here's the thing. Not to get to the political aspect of this. If you're on SNAP benefits or whatever, blah, 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 get all the food you can now, blah, blah, blah. Trick-or-treating, all right? I know it sounds stupid. Go trick-or-treating. If you have a kid, take every single one of them trick-or-treating multiple times. You can get candy treats for the entire year and then use whatever money that you have for actual real food. Don't buy any garbage. Don't buy any garbage food. You can get it free Friday, okay? Trick-or-treating. We're getting back to that point where you got to work for the food, all right? Dude, I never had money to buy candy for myself. Trick-or-treating was the thing. So, yeah, there you go. Trick-or-treat. Let's go. All right. We are at stupor foods. You want to save this for a Pum'Kin guy, and I'll do a couple of Am I the Asshole? But I am here. So I will call it. Oh, let me see if I got any more stuff. Ooh, I got another one across. Nice. Yeah. Let's freaking go. Card battle. Tech. All right, you got a roll equal to or greater than 7. It's been a very bean day. $18. Let's go. Boom. Crushed. Grinded the bean. All right. Pick a number, any number. I feel like everyone just wants me to do, am I the asshole? No, I didn't even change costumes. Damn it. All right. What odd numbers have not been called? I don't know. We can do random if you can't make up your mind. Because sometimes I don't know what. I could just call random. Bump, bump, bump. Dude, number 11 runs out of coffee. That's weird because I didn't run out of coffee, but I left it in the other room. All right, let's see what we got. Chubidow. Bump, bump. Got that. Let me just alt tab to where I need to be. Boop. All right, maybe we'll save stupid foods for the pumpkin there. All right? I mean, it gives him something to talk about on Sunday. Even though he's probably going to be a little gleeful about Nintendo and their unoriginal patents, according to Japanese patent office. Forever. Forever. I'm going to be tap dancing around this just forever. Love it. All right. Let's see. What do we got? No, I did have other costumes. I didn't even get a chance to do them, but whatever. Maybe Friday. Am I the ass? Are we at the new ones? All right. Am I the asshole for returning my birthday gift? Oh, God. Is there a lot of dots here? I'm going to get agitated. Because I thrown a slice of bread to my wife's head. Hey, someone. Anonymous. Thank you. Getting a hoodie. Wrath of my nuts. Thank you. God, there's such a long thing here. Look at this. Look at this whole thing. Look, it's talking about getting prescribed antibiotics and stuff. Dude, you could have made this short and to the point. Sorry, this post has been removed. Domestic violence with bread. Well, I can read some of it. Hello all, we had an argument which boils down to a few simple things. I got pneumonia, which was caused by either my son's illness, common cold, I wasn't at home with him, or my wife's team building activity where she got the flu. Yeah, the flu, huh? Or oh my God. Or a combination of both. Believes that the only reason that I got pneumonia is that I don't drink enough water. I never did. Was prescribed some heavy antibiotics and sent home for 2 weeks. And my wife's reaction was to send, what? To send me, what, tell me to deep clean the bathroom. Mind you, this is my second day and I'm ill at home. I did clean up and, okay. So the short of it is guy sick with pneumonia, all right? And the wife is like, yo, deep clean the bathroom. Am I the asshole has a rule that the situation has to be nonviolent? Is a slice of bread considered violence? I threw a slice of bread at my wife's head. Again, unless it was frozen, I think any skull can withstand the comedic hit of a piece of white bread. Okay? Like, that shouldn't even be a thing. Oh, we removed it because it was encouraging bread violence. Ah, oh, God. God. Like, that's whatever. All right. I'm going to say don't throw bread at people, but, you know. Am I the asshole for returning my birthday gift? Oh, here we go. I-29F. Went no contact with my adoptive family a few months ago. Oh. After years neglect and abuse, they called CAS and the police, making false claims of drug abuse and driving under the influence. Told me I'm stupidly wasting my money on therapy, listen to myself whine and have someone agree with me, telling me how my dad's actions were my fault. What the hell? You returned a birthday gift? This is the backstory? For fuck's sake. Has this been deleted too? Fuck, of course it is. Ugh. What's the rule here? What is this? God. This is... Oh. I'd like to read more and help you out here, but apparently between bread tossing and returning birthday gifts, there's no information to be had here. My asshole for refusing to take 3 vacations for my best friend's wedding. 3? What, are you going on a honeymoon too? Is it a very open relationship? I mean, it could be fun, but, you know, what? 3? I'd be like, no, I'm not wasting 3 vacations on your life event. My life event, we're going to be those 3 vacations. I want to throw bread at someone. The violence is spreading. I, the asshole, for refusing to help my neighbor move after he made a rude comment about my car. Do we have a long involved thing where, you know, you went through therapy and you didn't talk to your parents, and or is this going to be simple? No, because that is the unfortunate thing I've noticed about these "Am I the asshole" thing. It turns out to be like everyone's got to, go through this whole long, involved process about their existence, the factors involved, and you should understand that they're a neurodivergent of some sort. We are all neurodivergent to a certain extent because nobody is a unified, simple individual. Whatever. All right, let's find out. Oh, look, there's no ... Oh, good. My neighbor, 50, male, is moving to a new house and asked me, 30, to help him move heavy furniture this weekend. I initially said yes, but yesterday he saw my vintage sports car and said, I guess you can afford nice things when you don't have kids to support, implying I'm selfish with my money. No, you don't have kids. Therefore, you have a surplus of money. Kids are expensive. Well, at least he put that together. Today I told him I won't be helping him move. He got angry and said I was being petty over one comment, and that neighbors should help each other. Well, it depends on the neighbor. My wife thinks I should just help him to keep the peace, but no, if he's moving, don't even worry about it. But I feel like this comment was intentionally rude and don't want to be rewarded this behavior. Am I the asshole here? Okay, here's the thing. I would say yes, because he didn't really make a rude comment about the car. He just merely made, you consider that rude? That's considered rude to you? Look at that. I guess you can afford nice things when you don't have to support kids to support. That's not implying you're selfish with your money at all. You took it personally right off the get-go, which is you're being an asshole. If somebody said that to me, it's like, oh, well, I guess you can afford nice things when you don't have kids. I'd be like, yeah, kids are a money pit, bro. What do you need help moving? That's how you work with those kind of comments. You don't say, what did you mean by that? What do you mean? I'm being selfish? What is it? The world's about you? Person made an obvious correlation between you being able to afford a nice car and not having kids. They're not wrong. You have more money because you have no kids. What's the problem? Why are you taking offense to that? Yes, you're the asshole. Help them. They're 50. They're older. They got to probably slip disc or something. Yeah. Yeah, I should do the FML run, right? Yeah. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, these novels are getting a little tedious for me. Yeah, I mean, I would just help them to move if you're able-bodied and you can do it. The comment about the car is not even a comment. Like, I don't even know how this is on here. Why is this even a thing? And again, what are they, 30? 30. So they were born in 95. So that means they were not raised with a very good, healthy sense of sarcasm and rolling with it. So there's your problem. Now, if you were born before that, you're pretty good. I would say, also depending on your upbringing, but you're being way too sensitive about it. And you're a male. Come on. That's one of those things where it's like guys are usually expected to just say man up and do crap, whatever. Am I the asshole for yelling at my mom here? Well, it depends on how did you do it. All right, let's see. Is this violence? Post deleted. No, there you go. It's kind of long now. Essential context. Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. My mom, 51, is something of a music weenie, and she really wanted to sing when she was younger. A weenie? Music weenie? What does a music weenie mean? You mean nerd? Aficionado? You're right off the first sentence, you're pissing me off. Stop being an asshole. Fuck. When she's not at work, she spends most of her free time playing instruments with her cool old neighbor or watching documentaries about artists she likes. I wouldn't say weenie. I would say music nerd. Weenie? What are you, from the 50s? God, hanging out with Beaver Cleaver and I don't know, Ralph Mouth, the other Happy Days idiot, whatever. She likes Ween, right? Well, they're a fan of Ween. Push the little daisy to make them come up. Oh, God, what a bizarre fucking song that was. That was the cool thing about the 90s. You could make that and it would end up on TV somehow. Let's see. This is not a This is not a problem, but has this very annoying habit of trying to steer literally every conversation to whatever music trivia she's currently on about. This is something I could and still can tolerate. However, what is exceptionally grating is that I will be telling a story or making a general observation, and if any combination of the two words or more is a song lyric that she likes, she will pause the conversation to sing at least a whole verse, though it's not uncommon for her to... That is kind of annoying. That is kind of annoying. Sing the whole song. What? It's not uncommon for her to sing the whole song. I'd be like, yeah, yo, Pavarotti, let me finish my thought here, and then you can go to the sound booth and record your masterpiece, okay? Let's see. If I interrupt, she will yell at me and talk about how my father, her ex-husband, was always mean and dismissive of her interest. Okay, here we go. Here comes the fucking baggage for the fucking musical savant here. All right. I hate that because they're automatically trying to shut down the other person's feelings by, thinking that their post-emotional trauma now usurps their existence. Okay. Oh, that bothers me. I was always mean and dismissive of her interest. If I continue the story without spending at least a whole fucking minute giving my thoughts on the lyrics and her voice, she will tend to get all pissy and go, are you even going to acknowledge what I said? Oh, okay. I'm going to say right from, I didn't even need any other information. Yes, she is a weenie. Good. Well, I was having an exceptionally bad day when she did this, and I kind of snapped. I don't remember my exact words, but it was something to the effect of, you spend 18 years drilling into my head that not everyone wants to talk about my specific obsession all the time. Why can't you get that through your own? Oh, that's a pretty good comeback. I like that. And she immediately tried to guilt trip me by mentioning my father, to which I replied, I'm sorry that Rob, fake name, was an asshole to you, but that doesn't mean you get to treat everyone you talk to like a captive audience. Then she started crying. Yeah, that's the next thing people go to. I just hung up and wasn't talked to and haven't talked since. I'm pretty good because I'm a burned bridges kind of person. All right. Burned in the bridge. Let's go. Okay. Here's my thing. People who have trauma like that, they should kind of be in therapy because I have zero tolerance for it. I don't want to be bothered with somebody's past nuanced nonsense and have it them assume that their past trauma automatically steamrolls over everybody else's emotional baggage because I'm trauma, whatever. Everyone's got trauma. Okay. Everyone's got fucking trauma. Okay. And I would say they're not wrong because you know what? They're kind of being a musical weenie, if not a complete bitch. Because I would say I would have snapped a lot earlier because if I'm going through a conversation and somebody's like, yeah, I'm talking about something and they're like, oh yeah, no, I didn't want to go over there because it was a danger zone, and the cops told me, highway to the danger zone. Somebody starts singing and be like, okay, it's cute once. All right. And the other thing, are they even a good singer? Because I would flat out actually crush any inkling of them thinking that they're talented. Oh, well, your father did the same thing to you. Yeah, maybe there's a reason. Maybe there's a reason that they crushed your interest in music because you're fucking awful. I've heard a lot of people who sing and everyone's like, well, yeah, my parents really like the way I sing. Well, they say they like the way you sing because you're too nice to say that you fucking suck. That's the thing. Nobody says you're awful. Nobody says shut the fuck up. If you were any good, you would have done something with it instead of going back and forth watching documentaries about all these musicians and stuff like that. If you're going to do something good with it and you think you have talent, then go pursue that. Don't sit here and just fucking keep me sitting listening to your god-awful covers. If I want god-awful covers, I will go to YouTube and queue up a bunch of asinine people who want to sing whatever is hot at the moment. You could do that because you're super talented. Why don't you? Why don't you do that? You want a captive audience? You know what? Hold the entirety of YouTube in prison into your musical hell, okay? Because I've had enough of it. I'm just trying to say, I'm having a bad day here, okay? I'm having a fucking bad day, all right? God, get the fuck over it. Holy shit. Your father was very dismissive. Yes, as am I from this point on, What do you want from me? What? You're making me upset. Do you know any words with the songs with the word upset in it? You want to sing a bar of memories? Memories in the corner of shut the fuck up. That's the corner you should be in. The corner of shut the fuck up. I don't care. Stop singing. Fuck. I handle things differently. So, yeah. Yo, if they sing the whole song during a conversation, like that's fucking obnoxious. You shouldn't even, you know, if they start crying about it, I'd be like, you know what, fucking dry up, you know? If you're so emotional as an artist, put that into some lyrical thing, write a song, okay? You don't even have to sing it. You can get AI to make it, you do that, put it on YouTube, go. I hate that crap, you know, especially if it was going on for a really long time, you know, and the problem with that is, you know, this individual did not set any boundaries. So there weren't boundaries. You'd be like, look, if I'm having a conversation here, could you maybe not break into a whole Broadway show here? All right. I'm trying to, you know, talk. I'm trying to, you know, communicate here. But this is just kind of like whatever, you know? And believe it or not, I'm actually not being harsh. This is my standard response. Okay. This is standard. I'm trying to be nice here. But that is absolutely obnoxious. And I love when people have a passion for music. I love when people know words of the songs that they actually like. And, you know, if they want to sing it, go ahead, you know, but not in the middle of a conversation, you know, it's kind of stupid, you know, what are you doing? It's like, hey, Ma, you want to take the elevator? Love in an elevator. Shut the fuck up. You know what? I'm taking the stairs. You take the elevators. Stairway to heaven. Oh, God. You know, and then you're going to be, you know, worried about any words that you actually say to this person. Because they could have encyclopedia knowledge of just random songs. You know? Say the word sky. Oh, here's another song. It's food. Here's another song. Diner. I remember that time I saw you in a diner. Oh, Jesus. Whatever. No, you're not the asshole, and tell your weenie of a music mom to shut the fuck up for 5 seconds. You know? Jesus. No, it's absolutely annoying. Yeah. They could cry all they want. I would actually, you know, dude, if I called back and it'd be like, all right, you doing all right? And they say, yeah, I can't believe you could. All right, let me know when you're done drowning in your own tears. I'm sure there's a song you know about that, right? Click. Fucking prick. That's annoying. I'm an asshole for admitting myself into a mental hospital without asking. Who did you have to ask? You're admitting yourself. Why would you be an asshole about that? I don't even want to read the rest of it. How is that? Am I the asshole for admitting myself into a mental hospital? Who the fuck do you have to ask? If you feel you need to go, then you go. What the? Let's see. Am I the asshole for seeking a clearer answer in a confusing situation? No. Am I the asshole for setting boundaries with my grandma? All right, how spicy is this? Are we like in GILF territory? Like, what's happening here? I don't even want to know. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my friend stay over after she showed up uninvited? You always got to call first. You can't just do pop-ins. They're 28. What do they want to do? A sleepover? Do I really? Oh, good. Am I the asshole if I don't take my friend to work? Why the fuck would you? What? Is this a ... It's always a ... Am I the asshole for every time my friend would have asked me to drive them to work? Oh, drive them to work. Take my friend to work. I thought to your work. I thought there was something like this. I also have chronic pain and get high every day to cope, so I barely drive. Yeah, I feel like if that's your actual legit issue, then yeah, they should probably take an Uber. I'm in constant chronic pain and I'm high every day. Do not get behind a wheel then, okay? For all your safety. Really? You deleted this post too? God, now I have to gleam out half phrases here. Okay, so here's the deal. I, 27 female, I have a really close friend. Let's call her Sarah, 28 female. We've been friends for years, and I genuinely love her. Oh, like that? Or just like, yeah, cool. But she's always been a bit spontaneous. By that, I mean she doesn't really have boundaries. I know that could be a good thing. Let's see. Boundaries when it comes to my space. Last week, I texted her about some personal stuff going on in my life, and I mentioned that I needed a couple of days to just recharge and clear my head. It wasn't a cry for help or anything, just me venting. So the other day, I got a text, Sarah saying, "Hey, I'm in town for the weekend. I thought I'd crash at your place. I'll be there in an hour." That's a little awkward. I mean, it's kind of like one of those things where you're just like, yeah, I need some. That should be the clear line there, where you're like, yeah, I need a couple of days to recharge. It doesn't mean come over and drain what little life battery I have. I feel like you're not the asshole. I feel like you should be direct with them and be like, look, here's the thing. It said when I needed time to recharge. That was from me being by myself and stuff like that. And, I love you and everything like that, but not right now. Okay. Am I the asshole for not prioritizing the bride over my personal needs? The bride? What are you, Frankenstein? What are your personal needs here? We used to be inseparable and lived by near, but now our friendship became strained after she moved away a few years ago. Okay, so long distance, best friend kind of crap. Okay, God, here we go. Has this been removed too? Okay, now. But it's, oh my God. Dude, I haven't read this much in my entire life. Get out of here. Oh my God. That is absolutely insane how much is written there. Am I the asshole for planning the birthday party for my friend and explicitly going against his parents' wishes for landing him in trouble? Yes, because you explicitly went against their parents' wishes, so that would by default. There's a hierarchy of rules you should follow. There's parents, what they want, and then your friend, okay? And then what your friend wants. And then your decision, okay? So that's the triage, okay? Parents, friend, what you want. Okay. My best friend are both in high school. We both are 18. What'd you get left back? And yesterday was his birthday. Since our sections are different sections, wasn't able to wish him during school hours, and I got okay, schoolmates, common plans. Okay, blah 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 blah. I wished him after school hours on call. What the God? His own parent acted dismissive, even if they refused cake for him. What? They refused cake for him? What? So I kind of felt because it was, why? Did he have some kind of medical issue? Did you give him, did they have a peanut allergy? Oh, God. I really want to give him some cake. No, he's got some allergies and stuff like that. Okay. I wished him after school hours on call. Okay. Let's see. So I kind of felt because it's always been like this and family. Okay, feels like this. I decided the best way to show my appreciation would be to plan a birthday party for him, which, well, I did. We had tricked him into, clearly they're still in high school, into coming into our, one of our common friends' house so we could celebrate, but it was late at night, so his parents called him to ask where he was, and I'm assuming they heard the party songs behind him and connected the dots. So when we went home, he was flamed for having a birthday party. Not kidding. And his parents even called my parents. What are you? You're fucking 18. His parents called my parents, and I got in trouble. What the fuck, dude? Jeez, okay, you're 18. You're a fucking adult. All right, hold on. I'm gonna get to that point. That's the most pertinent issue here. That I was making her kids rebel. Yeah. And surprise, surprise, my parents agreed that I shouldn't have given him a party if his parents didn't want me to, and even has been avoiding my calls or messages. Okay. Was I wrong for doing this since I explicitly went against his parents' rule? And before anyone says that we are 18 and it is dumb to rely on parents, we live in South Asian country. Our parents basically control us until we land a job or something. Well, there's your problem. Okay, here's the thing. With that bit of information, that's good because my first instinct was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're fucking 18. Okay, different culture altogether. You should know better then. Yes, you are the asshole, especially with this kind of cultural background and stuff like that. What the fuck is wrong with you going against the parents? What are you, crazy? What is wrong with you? You're in an Asian country. They basically control us until we land a job, get a job, and then manipulate your friend. Okay, but the American take on this, assuming this background here wasn't, part of the plan, part of the problem. But no, because, hey, there's a hierarchy there, and that's what I started with. You got to listen to the parents. Parents first, what your friend wants second, and then your decision. That's how it should go, all right? Especially over there. And that kid's supposed to listen to their parents, so basically their decision doesn't mean anything. So, yeah, you screwed up. However, in the alternate universe of America, I would say the best way to handle this, after everyone getting in trouble and being pissed off, you sit down like an 18-year-old man and say, all right, look, here's the problem. They're my best friend. I really wanted to help out and, make them have a fun birthday party, and I shouldn't have taken it on myself. You could be super apologetic, all that stuff. Give them a gift of whatever, apology, whatever happens over there. And, be a quote unquote man about it and just be like, look, apologize, say you're sorry, say, you know what, I'm very sorry, I disobeyed your wishes. I really just wanted him to have a fun birthday party, and I didn't realize it would be that much of an issue, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's kind of the thing that, yeah, technically you messed up with that little bit of information, which probably should have been all the way up top, for shame. But I would say you're not a bad person because you care about your friend and you want him to have a nice birthday. So I would say culturally you're an asshole, but friend-wise you're not. You had a party. It was fun. Yeah. I don't know. And your friend will probably remember that. So, cultural faux pas aside. Yeah. Am I the asshole for asking my roommate to clean up more after their pet? No, it's their pet, but if they are your roommate, a pet isn't an individual's responsibility. It's a household responsibility, and everyone's got to share that responsibility. So, here we go. Usually, once we start to smell ammonia, we are either scooping it ourselves. Okay, who cares? Dogs pee. Clean it up. Am I the asshole for not being emotional? Oh, here we go. All right. This will be the last one because I'm going to make Dawn dinner. All right. So we're going to do this and then we're going to wrap up. Oh, good. It's relatively short. Hey, winner. Nice. Ninja. I am 16, male, but I have seen, too many things by the time I was 13. The things I have been, The thing is, I have been bullied since my childhood because I am fat. 99 kg. What's 99 kg? That's going to be, I'm going to say 220-ish? 220, right? I don't know. 6 feet, 2 inches. And because of that, I kind of became desensitized. I don't feel any emotion and don't respond to emotions that well. There we go. I never felt any emotional connection with anyone except my mom. Yeah, not even my dad. These days, my sister, 18, keeps having these emotional breakdowns about her gaining weight, etc. All right. Yeah, because now here we go. How unemotional are you? Because we'll see. Once when she was crying, I told her to stop eating Maggie and ramen. What the hell's Maggie? What's Maggie? The only Maggie I know is Maggie Simpson. What the hell's Maggie? Maggie and ramen. She has instant noodle addiction. She eats them almost every day. Well, that's a lot of carbs. Then she just lashed out at me as if it was my fault, and my mother told me I didn't know how to talk to people. I feel like that's a very logical approach to somebody complaining about their gaining weight. Eat less? Question mark? Seasoning company, they make noodles and stuff too. Oh, okay, all right. Thank you. I don't know what the hell Maggie was. Who the hell's Maggie? Let's see. Lashed out at me and told me they didn't know how to talk to people and that I should shut the fuck up. Kind of felt bad, but rubbed it off. Yeah, rubbed it off, huh? And my mother and father have been taking really bad, making really bad financial decisions lately, and I told them they need to get their shit straight. And that our current finances are a joke. Basically, they have what? They've taken too many loans to buy things that we don't need right now. Once again, my mother told me that what I said may have been the truth, but I was not supposed to say it, and that my father felt hurt because of what I said. I really don't know if I was actually wrong or not. No, you're not wrong at all. Okay, here's the thing. It's being a cold-hearted prick sometimes, right? Here's the thing. What I have learned about people is, no, they don't like the truth. Even if you do it a nice way, they still don't like the truth. Because what's-her-face over here is still going to want to eat their ramens, and they're still going to continue to eat the ramens. They want the magic thing of, yo, I just want to lose weight, you know? Whatever that medicine is that people get, that's kind of what they want. They want to be able to eat what they want and not gain weight. Everybody does. I do. Your parents, if they're making financial bad decisions and you bring that to attention, one, they're going to be dismissive because you're younger. Two, unless you have a solid way to fix it, which clearly you're like, you know, you're taking out loans on crap we don't need. I don't know what the crap is. New car, what is that kind of thing? You know, some of that stuff isn't necessary. But without those variables involved, I don't know. However, not having a sense, here's the thing, if you've been bullied a lot, like this person says, you do get desensitized. You get desensitized and you don't care because, you know, what do you do? Somebody's going to call you names, blah, blah, it rolls right off of you. So in turn, you don't understand why other people who haven't had that buildup of tolerance react the way they do when you're very direct with them, because they haven't had that. They haven't had that. They haven't had the years of being punched down to the point where you're numb. That's just something to keep in the back of your head. I generally don't because I don't care. Because I'm like, get to the point. If somebody has a problem and they ask my advice for it and how to fix it, and I give that advice, I do not candy coat it. Because you ask for advice, that means you want to progress. If you want to progress, I'm here to help you progress. If you're going to hear what the solution is and then cry about it or complain about the way I say it, I don't care. This is how my advice goes. This is the form it takes. You know, it's very abrasive. It's like grape nuts, okay? It's like pebbles for pigeons to digest. It's not easy going down, but it'll move the crap out. So Ozempic, yeah, that's it. I keep forgetting it. Yeah, so it's just like whatever. That's on them to a certain extent. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you could be apologetic and be like, all right, well, I'm not very tactful with how I say things, but how I'm saying things is the truth. And if we don't need to be taking out a loan on a third car that nobody drives, then okay. Yeah, I may be coming off a little brusque, a little, you know, bold and brash. But the truth is the truth. And whether you like it in the form that I say it, you know it's an issue because it poked at something, right? I don't think you're an asshole, especially considering the stuff that you went through, but I would say you're slightly insensitive because you've built up a tolerance that not a lot of people do. Because a lot of people, when they get bullied and stuff, they burst into tears. Somebody comes in and saves them and all that crap. Hasn't happened with you because you're a guy. And usually when it comes to that, guys are just like, yeah, just walk it off. So it is something to consider when dealing with mortals. You know, it is difficult for people here, and you have a buildup of tolerance because you've dealt with a lot of shit. You don't want to deal with more shit. You don't want to sit there and hear the crying and the whining and the complaining and the bickering and the nonsense and all this stuff. It's like, all right, fine, whatever. You know, it's like, that's the thing. It's like arguments and stuff. I'm just like, yeah, okay, sure. And people just think I'm very dismissive or whatever, but no, I've already processed it and moved on. I'm good. I'm over here now. And they're like, yeah, but, you know, I'm just like, no, I'm over here. You know, and they may be the same way. So it's just kind of like, you know, you got to just, again, I don't know what tone they said it and how did it, like if they were like, you know, if they said to their sister, look, you fat piece of bleep, 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 stop eating all this bleep, 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 you know, then it, you know, it's a little obnoxious and, you know, whatever. But I'm giving them the benefit of doubt. And if they were just like, well, you know what, stop eating all the ramen. Yeah, it's a little sarcastic, but it's direct as fuck. And, you know, if they can't deal with that, you know. I know. Not a good solution. That's absolutely necessary. Yeah, I don't do any of that weird stuff. It's like it doesn't change. Like if you do the whole Ozempic thing, it might give you a good start, but it doesn't change your life habits. You know, and you don't want to be on that stuff for the rest of your life. So, like I said, because Dawn is not feeling well, I do want to, you know, make them the din-din, right? So I'm gonna reheat our cool little turkey meatloaf with some mashed potatoes, you know, some hearty food that they can digest. You know, you got your proteins, you got your carbs, you got your butters. It's an essential part of the food group. That's dairy. You can easily defeat the purpose of Ozempic by overeating. I actually guess we're doing this. Oh, my speaker went off. Damn it. Turn on speaker. There you go. All right, last one. Max Marvel, you got to roll equal to or better than 13. $18. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. Beautiful. You know what? I didn't even get to wear my other costume. Sad about that. No, maybe Friday. We'll see what happens. But assuming stuff goes well, Dawn will be on Friday, right? Also pick a number. Give me 44. Okay. 44. 44. And then I will gain 5 followers. Already called it. Thank you. Nice. Let's see what else we got here. Stevie shows up now. Doodle on stream. Technical issue. Let's see if we dropped any frames. No drop frames. No real technical issues. Vtuber glitches. Yeah, you know, the hand tracking. I didn't have bad coffee. Costume change. Didn't do that. I was going to. I forgot. Tangia party. No. Shiny card battle. We didn't have one? Damn it. Let's see, something falls off stream. Hits mic with face. I hit it a lot, but not with my face, I'll call it. Thrift store find. Eats on stream. No, but I'm getting hungry. And all right, cool. So that's literally all I can fudge. It's all I can fudge. So we're gonna make Dawn Tangia guy. Had to get the Tangia party in, didn't you? Party. Thank you. Yeah, so boop. We're gonna make Dawn dinner. She will be on at Friday, assuming she feels better by then. Fingers crossed. 5 o'clock game giveaways, hopefully. If not, right? If not, Pum'Kin Guy will be on Friday, and we'll start up the movie marathon of Pum'Kin Guy weirdness and all that other stuff. Maybe I'll make an appearance. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I could be wandering the streets, picking up weirdos. Get my fix. Can I drink bad coffee? I can, but I won't. At least not now. I forgot to mention carrot cake, too. Somebody reminds me about carrot cake later. All right. Let's see who the hell is on. I'm assuming Mr. Lerber is on. He should be on right now. Boop.
Have a good night. Hope your dinner turns out tasty.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It should turn out tasty. I'm usually pretty good with tasty foods. All right. Cinnamon Somnia is on. They're going through images. I didn't get to do the draw along because, as usual, God, every Wednesday I feel like I'm getting swamped with work. Go.
Thanks for the stream.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate. Also, Mr. Lobo is probably going to do something Friday, I would assume. I don't know. They'll probably mention it. But, you know, they're going to do some Halloween-esque stuff now. So Halloween is not even over yet. Don't worry about Christmas. Don't worry about any of that crap, all right? Now is the time to appreciate all the spooky crap. Cue up some spooky movies, get some candy, you know, all that fun stuff. You know? You only get so many Halloweens, all right? Enjoy them. Do something. All right, let's go. Everybody, thanks for being here, helping out. We're going to go take care of Dawn, make sure they're not dying, and finally eat today. I had carrot cake for lunch. It was like half a little piece that was left over. Stupid. I have the dietary, I don't know, habits of an unsupervised child. There you go. Shitty go 1. All right. That's one. Later. Be well. Do something. Stay safe. No, enjoy Halloween. Do it. All right? Do it. If I don't see you, enjoy Halloween. If I do see you, I'll see you. All right. Everybody get out of here.